go. Whoops. I'm promising you now. I'm watching myself. I'm watching myself. Nickels down. I'll probably tell you now. It's a universe. It's a universe, not fair. Nickels down. I can probably tell you.
Grouped in these fights. If the Tidehunter gets a good Ravage on 2-3 heroes, he follows it up, gives them no.
I can probably tell you now. Nickels down, I can probably tell you now. It's a dangerous love affair. Total 18 points. Oh, that's right. Cool him down, man. So it's like, yeah, everything. Fair enough. Nickel down. Like, bro, this is the dumbest question I've ever seen. Nickels down, I'm probably tell me now. Good. This is a classic. Oh yeah, I gave this guy the force.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
For some vibe.
Command center upgrade. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. energy.
Go ahead. SCV ready.
Add-on. Not enough minerals.
You want a piece of me, boy? SCV ready.
Not enough energy. Not enough minerals.
It's about to get heavy.
Not enough minerals. Additional supply depots required.
Man in the rear. I can't build here.
Research.
It's go time. Affirmative. SCV ready.
Ready for dust off.
Additional supply depots required.
What's going on? I'm ready. SCV ready. You got it. I'm going. Go, go, go. Been waiting. This better be good. You good?
Reporting for action.
Not enough minerals.
Ready for dust off. Incoming orders.
Mineral field upgrade complete.
In the rear with the gear. I can't build here.
Not enough minerals.
Bad news? Been waiting on you.
Research complete.
Gateway coming. It's about to get heavy.
God.
Ready for dust off.
Mineral field completed.
What's going on?
Not enough minerals. Mineral field completed.
Ready.
Not enough minerals.
Going. SCV ready. Out with it. Lay it on.
How can we help?
What's our target?
Additional supply depots required.
Yeah.
Add-on.
Want a piece of me, boy? Big up.
Additional supply depots.
Ready for dust off.
Not enough energy. Not enough minerals.
In the rear.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
What's up?
Solo operative.
Roger. You're on.
Oh shit. dude.
Command center. Not enough. Command center upgrade complete.
Easy. Ready for dust off.
This better be good.
Got freedom. Initiating. Perfect.
You sure about that? Roger. Yes, sir. Give it a super.
Somebody get me out of this mess.
Oh no. Mmm. Oh yeah, I got light metal. Hold up. Good job. Oh.
It is the final proving ground. A trial by fire that puts the worthy and wanting alike to the ultimate test. Each team must run the final gauntlet, where one moment can spark the rise to greatness, and a single misstep can bring it all to ruin. It is the International.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shanghai for live coverage of the International 2019. Day one, already in the history books. We are ready for day number 2. Welcome alongside me, Tsunami, for another day. My goodness, what a day one, my friend.
Yeah, I mean,
What a day one.
Every young lad always wonders what they will do on their first day of TI.
Yeah.
I just assumed I'd go out in a blaze of glory and get fired, and now I'm here on day 2.
You've survived.
I've survived.
You have survived.
Unprecedented.
Amazing.
But I'm
We're going to
happy to
hear
be
from
here.
more from this man in just a moment because we've got lots to get through this morning before we head into day number 2. First of all, though, we want to hear from you via all the usual social media channels and, make sure you're following the official channels, right? Because otherwise, being on Dota Zone doesn't really work. So make sure.
We have marketing people here, right?
Look,
We have
come on,
actual professionals.
No one came up with a good alternative to that. So just do better today, okay? Use the hashtag #TI9. Make sure you're following @Dota2 on Twitter. Make sure you're on Facebook following Dota2 as well. And on Instagram @Dota2. You know the score by now. Just follow the official channels. There's loads of really cool content coming out there as well.
Tweets,
And
videos.
also come up with a better name than
Oh,
Dota
so you're
Zone.
admitting it?
I'm just
So
saying
you're
there are
admitting.
probably
Okay, that's all I
better
needed. That's
creative
all I
people
needed
out
to
there.
know. That's all I needed to know.
There are probably more creative people than I am out
Yes.
there. We should kick off with the standings and show you how day one
What?
unravelled. 40 games and 6-0 for Team Secret, 4-0 for VG Gaming, 5-1 for PSG. Not that surprising, Neil.
Not
but
that
there are a
surprising.
couple on here. They're a bit like, oh.
Yeah, I see Liquid down there with 4
Yeah,
losses. It's a little bit
yeah.
suspicious. I don't really, the newbie loss was a little bit unprecedented.
It was.
But after that, I thought they'd come back into form. EG, obviously 1-3, but this is in their
It's day
wheelhouse.
one.
It's day
EG,
one.
EG start slow.
Of course.
They always start slow.
Yeah, and people always love whenever you reference, I saw a player so-and-so, and I didn't talk to any players, but Arteezy asked me where the pizza was, so I'm getting into the international spirit myself as well.
Okay, when Arteezy starts talking about pizzas,
Oh,
I
I'm
worry a
sure.
little
I'm
bit.
sure it
I
has
start-
a
I
bunch of
s-
implications.
It does.
Or he was just hungry. I don't know which one.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Was Eternal Envy around at the time? Or?
Unfortunately not.
Okay, it's probably a good sign.
Probably.
Shout out to the boy. Do you know what? What really stood out for me? I know, there was some great play yesterday and some great matches and I'm a sucker for rampages.
One rampage?
Well, doubles are better.
Double rampages.
Doubles are better rampage. And we
We
had
had
a double rampage. He was hunting at this point.
He was hungry for it. A lot of people may think that day one group stage doesn't have any sort of high-level stuff. There was a double rampage. There was an 80-minute game. There was a mega creep comeback. And
There
that was
was.
just day one. Day one of group stage of
95 different heroes played on
Amazing.
the first day.
TI. What a balanced game.
95 on the first. What are you guys doing?
And Meepo's clearly balanced. Double.
Love it.
Rampage.
He had a couple of games. One he won, one he lost. So
Oh.
actually, he is balanced. now.
Okay.
That's called balance.
Crawling up the stats of
balance.
a hero that's viable at TI, I guess.
Absolutely, see? Yeah, all the heroes have been played as well. Mars got 3 games in yesterday. Grimstroke got 7 games in yesterday. So
Wow.
they're all 117 all played.
How well-rounded.
Amazing. Tell you who isn't well-rounded and who is definitely needing to be nerfed is Samael. Yet
Yes.
again, he's at another TI. He's
It's
only
not
had
fair.
4, right? He set a record last year of 31 kills in a game on Tiny.
On top.
Storm Spirit is the top 2 spots, right? And he's leading the race to 1,000 kills at TI on 950. And he's done 4 TIs. Like, what the?
This game, Na'Vi, you know the deal at this point. The man made his name on this hero in this country. DAC is what everyone always refers to.
Absolutely.
And this is just another virtuoso performance on the hero. On Na'Vi, this was a hell of a game. I highly recommend watching this one if you are just tuning in on day 2, wondering what was the highlights of day 1. This is
What do you want to
definitely
watch?
a high one.
Yeah, I thought it was a great game as well. It actually set a couple more top 10 records in this one. S4 got the 3rd highest assists of all time in a game.
Wow.
In this match. And also, shout out to Magical in this one as well. With me, most on TI. At
TI, yes, I got it.
Yeah, 1,130 last hits on TI.
And he's got big shoes to fill. He is
He has-
taking over
exactly,
the Denby
right?
role at TI.
So I like that. I like that. The race to 1,000 kills, however. Right now.
So we're talking
Ju-
about
just
1,000
2 players.
cumulative
1,000
kills,
cumulative kills.
East versus West.
This could be resolved today in one way or another. If Saman has a couple of bad games and Somnus has a couple of good games, suddenly it's really close. And by lunchtime, I don't think by lunchtime, by the end of the day, we pass 1,000 kills at TR. And they've both played exactly the same amount. They've both only got.
No
Puppy's
one's got
done
a head
9.
start.
Where are you, Puppy? Where's your
Support.
kills?
No, we talked about it on day 1. He's got assists. He's got Kuro. The
Kuro went past 1,000 deaths yesterday.
let's make it a little more nice.
1,000 is what he had yesterday. There was lots of. That's where we're
You're
at.
killing me here. Can you at least run this by Valve before you just start spouting out? You're literally taking the first 2 words that come to your mind.
Tsunami.
Oh, well, that one's good.
See, that one worked. Rubik, 296 games so far at TI, 4 away from becoming the first hero to be used 3.
Pretty well-rounded yesterday.
Yeah.
A
Shadow
lot of
Demon,
heroes.
though. Shadow Demon, the most played heroes. I was like, wait, what? That can't. Be right.
Yeah, my prediction's not looking too great.
Is it not? What did you go for?
I went for Chen.
Okay, that's not a bad choice, though.
You'd think so.
I went for Ogre.
Well, Ogre's showing up quite a bit.
13 games yesterday,
That's
4th
respectable.
most played. He's in the mix.
Yeah, yeah.
He's in the mix of the multicast hero.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for.
That was the one you wanted earlier.
Of
wasn't it?
course.
See, I was thinking of the other.
There's a lot of the meta to be determined right now. Obviously, Secret being on top means that people would like to figure out what Secret does.
Yeah.
Alliance was first phase what Secret does.
And also then playing against an Arc Warden.
Yes.
And
Broodmother.
a Broodmother in the same game.
Yeah.
And we're therefore on a bit of a timer.
That
to
was
try
the
and
Mega
finish
Creep
the game.
comeback,
It was.
if you guys are
It was,
curious.
but it was such a fun game. I was like,
of course.
this is the first game of TI9?
We are peaking
I
way
am
too soon.
ready. I'm ready. Let's take a look at today's games for you because we've got 40 more games for you coming in across 4 streams, of course. We'll start over on stream A with a minor game. Virtus Pro versus
Oh,
Vici
no big
Gaming.
deal.
What a start to the day on stream A. You're going to a little bit. You've got Evil Geniuses versus Roll. That's an intriguing little matchup. And we'll end the day with Vici versus EG, one of the two of the top 6 teams in the world throughout the season of 2018-2019. So that's stream A. Let's check out what we have on stream B, because we also start on stream B with frankly, a bit of what we call in Britain, a bit of a corker. Evil Geniuses versus
That's a
OG.
cracker.
Or we can, it's a cracker. A crack. We can also use cracker. Yeah. LGD Nubias. to be in there as well. Used to be in all Chinese. It was on the first 2 streams, and then we get to stream C. And look at the stage. We'll
South
start things off.
America.
How they get on after they play V. We go full meme.
I had said on the midday panel yesterday
Yes.
that I'm not about the good Dota. You can get good Dota anywhere on any of these streams, but you know where you're going to get the good drama.
Yeah, the good drama. Oh, that reminds me.
Yeah?
Slow-mo reenactment of last year's OG
I'll tell
game.
you exactly what game we're going to. We're going to EGOG.
EGOG! Of course we are! That's
EGOG.
what we're going to do. This is spice.
Of course.
Even a year on, it's still spicy,
No.
isn't
It never.
It's
It
still
gets
spicy.
it gets
Fine
more
wine.
refined.
A fine
Exactly.
wine. The players obviously they're just getting themselves ready. Thompson, as you can see, sticking his headphones on. Anna in particular. We just chat.
EGOG, VP, VC. There's the ambulance sound.
Chatted cars, not very quick ones either.
Okay.
So he's a bit envious. He's
Way
got to
up.
build up because they're not allowed to because he's young.
Then
right?
Bugatti is.
Yeah, but
next
that's how
year.
chilled he was. He was just like, I'm fine with the game. Like the game's, I've just played the game in my mind, in sleep. I
After
don't need to
watching-
worry about it at all. And
I think
can't
the
wait to
most.
see how he gets on.
The most quintessential.
Not just because of the rivalry, obviously,
No,
between the
but
two
good
teams, but there's so
players.
many crossovers. Like
Yeah,
Crit,
yeah.
obviously, is one of those crossover
Former
players.
OG player.
Fly's a crossover player. S4 is a crossover player. And then you've got Samal on one side, Anna on the other side. You've got the rawness of Thompson
Yeah.
going head to head. Arteezy, who was basically the Thompson of 5 years ago. There's just so many cool things in this story between these two teams. And the way that they play.
Of them, like Thompson, Sumail, Arteezy. These guys got their formative years. In their pub, Sumail popping off on day one with his kill. Worry about it. Even though we're not doing too great in the groups, just leave it to me.
Yeah, he is like that. And I just think they're similar in the way that they're built.
Yeah.
You know, and if you look at every position, 1 to 5, they've all kind of got, our 5 positions, super experienced, played Horn back in the day, he's captain, he's a great drafter. Oh, likewise on the other side on OG. Our 3 is kind of like, he's been around, he's been there, he's seen it, he's won a TI, he's done
Accomplished,
everything.
very
He's
accomplished.
accomplished, he's always steady. Oh, so have OG. Got exactly the same. Flashy mid player, plays anything, comes back from 0 and 5 on a Storm Spirit. Oh, OG have got exactly. It's like, wow, they're mirror images of how
sure.
the two teams are built. And so when you back it last year, I'm not going to lie.
Oh yeah.
Just to have that low bracket.
It's true, and that sort of elimination spirit is going to keep true as we move forward in these group stages, because one team will get eliminated at the bottom of each groups,
Yeah.
but the bottom half of the groups will be in the lower bracket, the best of ones, whenever we move to the main event.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So a big game for both of them because EG don't tend to start well. We talk about this so much. Every single tournament, they seem to come out day one and be a bit sloppy
It's like
and a bit slow.
having like a low acceleration but a really high top speed.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a little while to get. Started
once they get going.
Once they get
Those are
going.
two
Because the mid
king.
meta has not really been defined. We're the most picked. It was the Shadow Demon, the Ogre Magi, the Grimstroke. These are all heroes that are there to enable whatever cores their signature players like doing. And so I'm looking forward to seeing mainly the mid lane matchup, as you said.
Yeah. Gyro, actually, one of the most picked yesterday, 14, third most picked.
And he was being
also-
picked without Io also.
Absolutely,
Which was
which
odd.
we haven't really seen over the last, God, I don't know how long, like
It's been a
15
while.
months or something.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like it's been a long time. And yet, still very successful yesterday. Only lost 2 of its matches.
Wow.
So, 77, 78%, something like that in terms of win rate. So, very interesting as to whether that gets. to do this
I
all
get
day
to
long,
stay around.
and I'm back with you at
On
lunchtime.
what? Where?
So,
what is the stream
it's
called?
absolutely fine.
What is the stream called?
Dota's he's doing the multicast. He's going to be with you all day. He's going to make sure that he keeps you up to date and moves you around like Andrew Siciliano. He's the Andrew Siciliano of
Oh, okay.
Dota World.
Making more international
The
references.
NFL
It
reference,
was.
right? Wasn't it? No? All right. It was a bad reference. I'll take that one. But you're going to be here all day long, and I'm going to be back at lunchtime and this evening to recap and to head to our commentary team for game.
Zone, you know? Giants facing against each other, OG against EG.
It's hype. Obviously, a lot of history, a lot of backstory between these two teams, players who played together, split ways, drama, etc. There's even a full documentary about it. And we've got their first game. It's a 2-game series, group stage action. You know, not like the make or break of the main stage. We saw EG versus OG last year on the main stage. But this is going to be a teaser of maybe what's to come. And of course, very highly on EG. Currently 1 win, 3 losses. They have a really rough day one. This is, you know, kind of the EG way, though.
It's only day against both of these teams, 1-1.
Okay.
So OG's 3-1 and EG's 1-3. EG needs to win this game.
Yeah, it feels like it. Because they versed not some of the toughest opponents in their group. At least OG's road gets harder. I think OG also had maybe a slightly easier versing Na'Vi as well. Infamous, 2 teams ranked lower by most people, but at the same time, it's TI. There's no pushovers. There's no easy wins. We're going to help ourselves in the draft, guys. Let's check out what EG and OG are doing. Bans coming out. We've seen day one meta starting out at Lacoste. What's kind of stood out for you with day one picks, bans, anything crazy happening?
Shadow Demon for sure. He's been picked. Gyro, I'm surprised about this hero.
Yeah?
Because he's not being paired up with Io. He's being played solo and so quickly. That's why he's being played. And I don't know how you feel about Io, but the hero doesn't feel that strong anymore. We had this discussion yesterday that Io feels like he's balanced right now. That means that he's bad.
Hero in Dota. He's been OP as long. Long as I can make plays. He's very much an enabling support who just tethers to someone, makes them this super-powered carry. But you look at what other teams are picking and playing. Chen, talked about as maybe one of those heroes that's going to be just banned all the time here at TI, has kind of snuck through and been ignored. She absolutely loved Chen. No-Tell, one of those very, you know, well-known players for his micro skills.
At least in the games that we casted yesterday, and Enchantress is gone.
Yeah, I think the first series maybe Chen was banned out, but we didn't see. And some of the series, yeah, it was just completely ignored. So we'll have to kind of see.
Do you know how you counter Chen? You get Ogre, you buy Hand of Midas, you just multicast, kill his whole
Army's
army.
dead.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. I'm on board with that. A lot of Ogre yesterday. Shaman, a Dark Willow, and just these beefy, scary lanes where this right-clicking support can just utilize his Bloodlust. Tide gets picked up by EG. I was looking at some of the day one records. Tide, 7 wins, 1 loss. This big tanky fella has been on a tear in day one group stage and has looked really good.
Yeah, for sure. OD still in the pool, one of the better heroes against the Tidehunter. Also, they banned the Slark themselves, which is one of the also better heroes against them. Maybe they're thinking about OD. OD's usually banned. I don't see too much reveal anything. It can be played as position 4, can be played as mid, so everything's still open.
Yeah, that's always a big thing in TI with, I feel like, drafts in general. You want to be first to picking at least one of your heroes that can maybe be flexible with roles, or at least lanes. OG do the same thing. Alchemist, we've seen in the mid lane, we've seen in the safe lane. So when they get to that 8th, 9th pick of the draft, they can be deciding, okay, do we want to pick a different mid, or do we want to pick a different safe laner? Your draft is just so much more open as far as what you can play.
It feels like OG wants to play this. And Chen can make a lot of movement early on.
Alk is definitely this hero. As much as you don't want to go super late game with Alchemist, it's very much a timing hero that comes online with a couple of items, and you get those items faster than anyone else in the game. That's the nature of Greevil's greed, and, well, fast is the name of the game for OG. They don't want to go late game against EG, a team. To me, EG always, they like going late game. Arteezy's kind of known for playing these more late game scaling heroes. EG don't usually dominate and win games in 20-25 minutes. They're more this
being pressured. You don't necessarily need to kill him. Just follow him in the jungle, try to block some of his camps, have a good heroes that can rotate early on.
We saw it was Vici Gaming do that with the Storm Spirit mid, which is one of those Sumail classics, of course, if they want to consider that. So they're not going to be rushing into picking maybe their mid or carry, but definitely an option that looked really good against the Alchemist with the playstyle of Vici Gaming when they beat Fnatic. But for now, bans coming out in the AA as well as Treant Protector. Treant kind of maybe the unusual one, but is, of course, one of those Seb special heroes.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense here. Chen, Alchemist, if you just combine these healing heroes with the Chen's aura, the extra 20% heal, it's insane. Yeah. Alchemist, during the ulti, if he's not gonna die.
And that's why OG, the second they pick up Alchemist, ban AA. They're like, exactly. You want to deal without healing? AA is the one hero in the game that negates healing entirely. And they're going to make sure they delete that hero. And for EG, I think if you can't stop the healing from happening, you need burst.
The Abyss.
Lina brings someone playing against an Alchemist with, Chemical Rage, heavy healing over time. You have to be able to burst him and blow him up, whether that's coming from magic nukes, heavy physical burst.
Guaranteed stun when you open. Right now, I don't think they need to ban out a bit greedy.
Yeah, would be a little surprised to see something along those lines myself. We'll see what they go for instead. As for EG, still looking likely for their 5 position for Fly. Crystal Maiden, one of those 5s that you often see against the Chen. The Frostbite is always good against those creeps as well. Something that Fly enjoys playing. But OG definitely themselves need some kind of catch, and there's like the Ember Spirit coming to mind. Centro Bandai that's had a lot of success here.
That's how you counter it. Get the Midas. This is
light already. Probably no Midas, but
you never know. This hero can get a lot of gold.
Range over, I was really
because he was playing core. Was it
their core? I mean, you get gold, you want more gold. I guess for me, I'm just like, I see gold GPM talent, I get GPM talent. That's my mind works on CM. That's the one exception, maybe. But even the CM went for the GPM talent.
And this is the hero that I like against Alchemist. You have Ogre who can easily rotate, has a stun. He does not. He's one of the strongest level 1 heroes who can trade. And you have also Lina, Tidehunter. These heroes can easily rotate and just hunt down Alchemist. I love to call it between 7 and 11 minute mark when he's most vulnerable.
The pre-radiant stage, but post kind of laning stage.
Yeah.
So when goes in the jungle because he farms faster in the jungle than in lane by the nature of Greevil's Greed. Stacking up gold so you kill all those tiny little neutral camps that give you way more than any other hero farm.
And you want to outnumber Alchemist teams at the 5 and 10 minute mark when the bounty runes are spawning.
Yep. We'll see what OG look to snag up here. Still likely looking for, a Jerax or a Seb hero, something to give them some lockdown and control. Grimstroke comes out. Double unstable concoction. Obviously, you look at what their ulti combos are with the Soulbind, and then EG themselves get a Gyrocopter. You talk about coming online fast and Gyrocopter, that being one of his biggest strengths and why we've seen so much Gyrocopter play. That's a hero that comes online and maybe can contest and pressure the outcome.
Yeah, it's all about the fighting right now.
He still picked up the eye.
On 6, he can easily rotate, grab a kill, buys all these small items, couple of raid bands, maybe even get a drum if needed, if you want to just continue to snowball. So OG's lineup is really vulnerable to like any kind of... these two heroes don't have any kind of escape mechanism, Chen and Grimstroke, and not enough control.
Yeah. What are the offlaners you might want to play against someone like Gyrocopter? Because that's what... OG needs something for Seb, like some kind of Grimstroke +1 hero that can just not feed against Gyrocopter.
Okay, what about to do? No, I'm just thinking.
I realized I was like, all right, Lacoste, come on. He's going to come up. They don't have last pick, so this is where you're going to last pick something that's not a Ember Spirit for now. We talked about getting catch, and Ember Spirit brings that.
That's actually their only catch.
Goes into Abyssal Blade, so blink game. People off.
They still don't have a hero that deals well with the Tidehunter's Kraken Shell. Silver Edge.
It just like use your BKBs against the Ravage because there's only what really.
This is the only big cooldown that they have. The Tidehunter ulti.
Yeah.
They just don't care about the cooldowns.
We'll see what some of these last picks are. OG with much fair for them. They ban out the Templar Assassin. Worry about Sumail playing that. I would really like to see a Sumail Storm here. I feel like there is just... there's Ember with Searing Chains, there's the Grimstroke with his Silence, but it feels like a really good Storm game for EG.
For sure. They have nothing to deal with Storm Spirit, Chains, Phantom. I don't think that's enough.
That's for OG. 10 seconds to decide what their offlane hero for Seb is. Good Gyrocopter in lane unless we see some kind of lane. It's going to be a Sand King. So, these Invis here, this TI so far, just because of the limited number of sentry wards, it puts this economic drain on your opposing team's supports, and Sandstorm in lane gives you at least some defensive capabilities to play against a Gyrocopter.
10 seconds remaining.
They go for OD.
Alright. OD. That's a hero that can wail away on the Alchemist a bit. As far as out-counters go, I think some of the heroes we've seen become popular. Slack's the big one. Slack was actually banned out in the first stage here, and OD's, because he's definitely going to be going BKB second, third item against Tide already, so he's going to be getting that. Similarly,
actually two problems that OD faces is Alchemist is going to get the good timing on BKB, which he struggles against, and also the missed chance from the Radiance.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't build MKB in this.
There might be like a Bloodthorn as like a 4th or 5th item, but that doesn't. We'll see if Alk even goes for more. Evasion on top of the Radiance. So it will be mostly the heroes in play now. Fly on the Ogre, or on the OG side. No Tail going to be playing one of his signature heroes, the Chen. Ana, Alchemist, this goes way back. You know, think of when Ana was first picked up by OG. They were the Alchemist team who just first who picked this hero all day long. It was with Ana, of course, playing the hero, Jerickson the Grimstroke, Thompson playing Ember, and Seb playing that offlane Sand King.
With OD, they have a save, which they kind of needed. A lot of single target spells on OD.
Save, because often you see Fly playing some of those save heroes, and that's something that wasn't available. At least the Shadow Demon was banned out. And we'll hop ourselves into our opening game: OG versus EG. Game number 1. Okay, it's for 9-0-17 in his last match is tied. Not too shabby.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but that was probably a pub match.
Do that to us, Lacoste.
Oh yeah, do that sound, the screenshot.
Got the screenshot. Sending that one to mum and dad at home. They're watching. Just want to make sure they know. OG
item so far of the international is Ring of Best. Buy Sage's Mask and then buy Ring of Protection in the side shop.
OG hasn't got a Sage's Mask hero.
Transcends expectation.
You're really assuming Grimstroke's even going to be playing in that offlane. Try and secure their Alk's farm a bit more with the tri-lane, or are we going to just be seeing the typical 2-1-2 setup?
I think it's going to be 2-1-2.
Okay. So they're going to help Seb out, give him better lane.
They can start with the 3 heroes at top, and then just... switch.
Both, at least for now, down bottom. Obviously, we're 45 seconds away from creep spawning, but they are looking to scout out these lanes to make sure they have Alchemist in the right place. Of course, it's not an OG game without a healthy amount of Chatwell. One of the... I love that. It was like, oh, is this... really that's our job for today. Get on the chat wheel for TI10.
Something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
Arguing who has a bigger Seb. Back in my days, we had different measurements.
There's a lot of pressure if he is up against this EG trial iconic axe moment where that line came from. It's actually such a crazy story with Seb. To think some guy who didn't play Pro Dota for a few years, he came back, he coached, and he suddenly gets picked up and wins.
Then you win a TI.
Yeah. The way No Tail talked about in the documentary was like, I mean, for Seb, it was never like he wanted to put himself in the team. It was just like No-Tail really felt strong. Like, dude, there's no reason you can't be on this team. You know how we play. Like, he had full faith in Seb as a player, not just as a coach. And that's always been such a big part of OG.
We had a couple of these Cinderella stories in our as well.
Yeah. Wings at least went in that TI not as like super underdogs, but it was more an underdog story when they're a team that came from nowhere. Like nobody really knew those 5 players. They didn't have a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Captain Tsunami speaking with the multicast. Looks like we're experiencing some turbulence. Stream C. It's Fnatic versus NIP. As you see, Fada about to kill. Na'Vi versus Infamous, but we're going to take you on to Stream A, which is probably a pretty fantastic game. Vici Gaming versus Virtus Pro. Let's tune into that, and we'll see if Stream B comes back after a little bit.
They're probably going to have to make a rotation down here. Roger's already on his way, but...
Gotta be careful. Fade rotates in, and he is going to have the fissure. This might just be Ramsey's dead. Fissure connects. Impetus, one more punch is all he needs. Runs away to get the bonus damage. That is perfect.
Yeah, we saw what Ramsey had to try and do. Try to keep that distance as close as possible, but... Nicely done. And now, where does Ramses go?
Yeah.
Because if you come back down there and just get fished again, I don't know. I feel like he's going to TP top.
Well,
he's coming back.
Like, who goes bottom? That's the biggest question, right?
Yeah. You would think. For pretty much nothing. Yeah, it's the hot thing.
So now Yang gonna try and assert some dominance up in this top lane. It looks like they're gonna bring in rotation, but Fissure connects on the 2. Yang gets the walk away. Gonna flap one to Green as well as gets the kill.
Doesn't matter. Heal or no heal, he was dying a Sonic Wave.
So that's the big rotation. Bottom of Paparazzi showed up as well. They find themselves another kill for VP. Morphling able.
Two supports just gaining some gold and then last hits, and you'll see the jungling peak. Yet for Ori though, so pretty slow stuff on the Razors. He's just Eye of the Storm. So do those neutrals while you watch Paparazzi.
It always looks so nice for the Morphling to get that. It's like another haste ring gonna spawn up top.
I haven't seen that yet. My goodness, that's lovely. Not confusing for spectators. Thanks, Val.
Stun now on to no one. DY tries to get the walk away. Stick, running, brought down.
That is that's a max dagger. Saw that big tick there at the end of the 90s. Like, whoa, okay. No one. The serious business, anti-razor strats. It hurts your rotations, especially when you don't have...
And he did have a good time in lane against the Razor, but it's not, I guess 1,000 gold's pretty significant. That was a lot of regen that was bought.
Yeah, exactly. Like the in some way, but it's just constantly going to go for Ori. He's got that pressure too.
Ori find another kill onto him. They will take down Roger in turn with Yang. This Queen of Pain is becoming a problem. These rotations have... I mean, she's getting... Test, no enough mana for Blink, but can stick if things get a little bit too testy.
It's just me. The guy's buying sentries now too. I'm not sure what Ori's doing.
I'm back, and we're gonna go back to Stream B. It's back. OG versus E.
Used the Inkswell before,
and then he TP'd them with the Chen. Cute little play, but
it was very cute. The 2 points in the Inkswell as well. Arteezy, though, has a salve now. He had that Bloodlust movement speed, which helped him get away as well. As right afterwards, Jerax will TP back to the top lane. If they'd found a kill there, that would have looked really nice for them. Seb has some backup now, looking to get the double stun off, but has to use it defensively as he kind of backs off right afterwards. I think recognizing that he can't really follow this one up with any further aggression. Sumail, but nothing really separating the two. A bit more regen. Bottle as well as salves.
Also, they need to control the runes because Thompson has a bottle, so OD, we're just going to put him under the Astral.
And then go for the rune. Thompson doesn't have Searing Chains. He may go for the Sleight of Fist steal. Can pick up the runes during that Sleight of Fist if you're on top of it.
Good.
He stopped moving, so he wasn't on top of the rune. So he couldn't maybe pick it up with that Sleight of Fist. I think Sumail, it seemed like he saw it coming. But nice attempted rune steal by the Ember. Thompson is kind of going to be forced out of this lane a little bit. The level 5 OD, 3 points in the Astral. Very hard to lane points in the Flame Guard.
He was relying to get a rune, refill the bottle. He's level 5, 3 points in Sleight.
Got to keep an eye for these bounty runes. 5 minutes in, Alchemist in the game. Both teams typically going to be eyeing off bounty runes here. As No-Tail, can he get either of these? I imagine he's going to struggle. Can't deny it, and 3 bounty runes for EG. That's how they're going in. They hit the Inkswell, S4. In a bit of trouble here. Does look to... Smash for Seb, forces him back. 10 stick charges on Seb. He is kind of trying to bait in some aggression here. Early days, it is EG with an edge in the laning stage. Kill that homing missile denied by
the homing missile.
Nice. It's top lane. They bring down crit. Jerax and Seb teaming up for that one. These early points in the Inkswell, comboing with the Sankey and the Burrow Strike initiation, looking pretty scary. Very potent stuff. And No-Tail, what a teammate. He TPs just to get this stack off, I believe. That is true 5-position support play. Haste rune, can Thompson get this? No, he doesn't. Another rune stolen by EG. They're doing such a good job controlling these runes. Denying them time and time again from Thompson's Ember Spirit, who would have loved to have gotten some of these to refill his bottle. Makes his life so much more difficult.
And I love the build on Sumail this game. He goes for 3 Null Talisman, boots, so he can take a fight. Like, this hero can be really aggressive early on with this kind of a build.
And with that haste rune, Fly ran in. He gets a ward down deep in the enemy jungle. And by the top shrine, he just scouts, but over in the other side of the jungle, oh, he's also scouting. He's not blocking either camp. They just want to get vision of the Alchemist so they can go for some kills, perhaps. And I guess if you do block those camps, you risk feeding away gold because it becomes very easy to de-ward those observer wards. Here we go. How do you feel like this early game has fared? Is either team going to pull ahead, or is it just...
It's pretty even. Alchemist is now just farming the jungle. This is the time where EG needs to buy some smokes and try to take some stacks from him. Lina is level 4, 2 points in Dragon Slave. She can easily steal some of the creeps. Also, Gyro just hit level 6. If they want to make a move, he can easily rotate as well.
Yeah, instantly Fly and Arteezy were running at this Chen, but it doesn't seem like they'll be able to do a whole lot.
But you need to buy a smoke and play some...
Oh, No-Tail's tipping Fly. Oh no. Careful. I think he saw that gank coming and he says, I see you, buddy. Although I don't think he was using that word to describe it.
Jerax is gonna kill that Observer Ward straight away. Yeah, they know that OG is playing so well. They understand how to play with Alchemist, that this goes far back. They already placed an Observer Ward. The only way to approach is pretty much with the smoke.
Yep. Playing Sanking at level 6. Not going for the epicenter, so similar to the Tide, but Tide is holding his skill point. So if he wants to skill that Ravage, he can. Ember's rotate in. Going for that early Sleight of Fist. Doesn't have any points in the Searing Chains, but level 4 Sleight of Fist does a lot of damage. Jarek's in some trouble as he gets stunned up. The cooldown follow-up is there, and this should be a kill, but if OG can cut it just to one loss,
It
that's
doesn't
a lot
matter.
of
They can just
rotation.
show on the lanes, try to make something happen with only Jarek's being the casualty. I think they're fine with that because Alchemist is farming.
Absolutely. You've got two other lanes being farmed. Seb's just going to use a Burrow Strike to make sure he gets the last hit on the creeps. And S4 getting kind of low here, but has got a casual cloak, should be just fine. Until perhaps Grimstruck shows up. 3 points in Inkswell. You may Kraken off a stun from the Burrow Strike, but if the Inkswell hits you after that, you could be in trouble. And he's leveled up the Epicenter, so I believe they are looking for a kill up here. Will they go for this Burrow Strike?
He's still saving a point for Ravage. There it is, Phantom.
Didn't get. Oh, they didn't get keep the silence on. They will still get the kill. All right.
He
Nicely
used
done.
Inkswell on the creep.
Yep. That damage from the coming out from the duo. More than enough to get the kill here. Now they're rotating in mid. Thompson has to be a little bit careful here. Does have that 4 points in Sleight of Fist with the Fire Remnants to get out of there. It's going to be another cooldown from Arteezy. He's looking for No-Tail. Definitely looking like a dead Chen here. Doesn't have level 6, no Hand of God, but the Sand King shows up from the side, has got the Epicenter fall for Burrow Strike. Defensively, Astrals to keep himself alive. Fly going to take all of that damage here as Seb comes back looking for the OD. He's going to die, but he, in the process, gets the kill for Jerax. Great bit of play coming out from OG, who turn around a bit of over-aggression here. No Searing Chains, level 7 still on the Ember. Can't stop the TB out, but
they needed a Tide Hunter in that fight.
And the Tide...
S4 TP'd bottom. Yep.
Yeah, even if you TP mid though, you're playing behind the enemy tier 1 tower, so it's very hard to get there on the map.
Oh, they're gonna get the maybe four. Almost. If Ogre got the stun, they could have gotten the 4 runes, but I think they're gonna be fine with just 3 of those.
Yeah. 3 is like what you're hoping for. If you do really well, you're getting 4. We'll see another replay of this fight here. Again, Arteezy very gung-ho about just dropping this cooldown the second a hero gets stunned up. It gets these early kills, but you see Sumail here, he's coming in from behind, and Tide is still dead. So this fight's broken. If you're Tide Hunter, you're respawning, you feel like you can't get to this fight because it's not near one of your towers. Your team playing behind the enemy lines makes it so hard to get into.
Yeah, they just got outnumbered there. Now Chen is almost level 6, so is he bringing... he already used it though.
Yep. Alchemist, as far as Radiance time is going, not looking for that 11-12 minute Radiance. He did go for double Bracer and Phase Boots, all the small items. And
They have a good vision on the Alchemist. 2 deep observer boards placed where near the camps where Alchemist loves to hang.
Yep. Vision's one thing though, they haven't used that to actually try and gank him just yet.
They're just giving him the mean look.
Yeah. Rotation coming in, a CS4 Thompson. He's at level 8 now, still not going for the Searing Chains, wants to prioritize the more defensive build. So he's going to Remnant on forward, has got the Inkswell on now. This is not looking good for Fly. The cooldown being used as well. Thompson, Sleight of Fist is there with the Burrow Strike follow-up. They may get S4 as well. He's been silenced up now as well. Has got the Ravage if he can get rid of the silence. He's not going to get a chance to go for it though. Not sure it would have mattered too much as well, as Arteezy wasn't really in fighting shape there. Used up all of his mana with the cooldown, and OG,
they're just bringing the numbers. Every single time they have an extra hero, sometimes even 2, and meanwhile Alchemist is just farming.
Yep. Thompson trying to fire Remnant away from this one. Is looking to go for Arteezy. Sorry for the extra messages. We've got some a third comment. I turned off my Steam, but apparently messages still show up. I don't know what's going on here. Apologies for that one, guys. And Nuxie, shout out to her, big Dota 2 item creator. But as it stands, OG 2k gold lead. This is what you want though. This is the Alchemist stuff. You typically, if you don't have a gold lead with Alchemist around 15 minutes or so in the game, you've struggled in the early game. But they're winning these fights while the Alchemist continues to farm for that Radiance.
Yeah, we still didn't see the Ravage. S4 is not having a good time. 0, 3, and 1 at this point. OD, can he blink out? Sandstorm is going to cancel it.
Nicely done. They're just finding kills wherever they go. And when you can play this well as a 4-man unit while you've got this hard carry farming, that's like OG in their comfort zone. They love these games where Anna can just, hit creeps, come online in the mid game, and just cause all kinds of problems.
And I love what Thompson was doing. He was just showing on the lanes. He doesn't necessarily need to get a kill and make something happen. He's just buying time for Alchemist because his laning stage was really not the greatest. And he's making a comeback. 4 points in Grieval's Greed. That's going to be a Radiance. One more creep camp and that's it.
Yep. Alki Radiance. 13:45. Not quite maybe the normal fast Alchemist timing you're hoping for, but still very good. And considering how the rest of the game is going with some of these heroes that have been shut down, this is
the positioning from Jarex. Jarex is his second name is Smokebreaker.
Managed to prevent another EG rotation. It just feels like OG have this sixth sense right now for all these rotations coming in.
A lot of the wards from OG from the early start, they're reading the map so well. Now they have that Radiance, it's go time. Sanking has a Blink Dagger and they instantly smoke.
But at the same time, EG, talk about OG reading EG's movements. It goes both ways. They dire scan, they see this movement coming. Will they try and bait and take this fight? They need the Tide. The Ravage is coming. It's not quite here in time, perhaps. Arteezy's going to be careful. He's going to go down. He does not have a BKB yet. Tide's rotated in from the side, but they're going to throw out the Ravage, hit several. They kill off N0tail. He instantly buys back to come back into this fight. N0tail will be TPing back in as Thompson in the front lines with that Flame Gun. He's just so damn tanky, and the Sleight of Fist spam does so much damage at this stage of the game. They're going to look for a fourth kill here. They want S4, and there's just nothing EG can do to win this one. Another Burrow Strike from Seb, and they're going to finish off S4 as well.
Sumail bails them. He just TP stopped to pick up at least the bounty runes because this fight didn't go well.
He's in
already
trouble,
used
though.
the Blink Dagger and Astral. He's dead.
Yeah, he may have gotten a bounty rune. I mean, he's getting some tips. OG, 4K gold lead. They just completely team wiped EG. They killed every single hero in the game.
Bottom lane.
They will lose Jarex. He gets caught, left behind, but ultimately that is a support. Mr. Smokebreaker himself. Sometimes you die for those smoke breaks.
Yeah, really well played by OG. They use the Ink Spell on a Sanking. He blinks in, finds the Gyrocopter before he could get any spells off. And this is where the damage comes from. OD was also not in that fight. He didn't use a single spell. Once Alchemist gets a BKB, that's going to be so tough to play. And Chen immediately buybacks after he dies, uses Hand of God, and even gets a double kill with his creeps.
Yeah, N0tail. I mean, this is why I think a lot of people expected Chen to be one of the most banned heroes of this tournament. It just provides so much, and it's such a nuisance from this 5-position role. And when you combine it with other healing sources like the Alchemist Chemical Rage, it just buffs up these heals so much.
Lina is level 10 with the cast range talent. Also has an urn. I was thinking about Spirit Vessel, but I mean, it's not going to be that effective against Alchemist because he's going to have 2 ways of dispelling it with the Chemical Rage, BKB. Alchemists don't go for Manta styles anymore. Like if you check the talents, they usually go for attack speed, the damage. They even go for Cleave. You and me discussed about it. Cleave is kind of a substitution. If you get 6 slotted, then you can sell the Radiance.
Yeah, you don't really want to have that Radiance when you go into like those late game stages of the game. It just doesn't feel like this carry build. It's like the old school Radiance Manta Octarine that split pushes and causes problems. You want to have this build where you can actually kill people, which is more what we're seeing now with this BKB Blink Abyssal Blade.
Yeah, so you just blink on someone with the Chemical Rage. You have a really good positioning with the Blink Dagger, of course,
Yep.
and the Bash. Insanely good against the BKB carriers.
Yep.
Easy right now, they need those 2 BKBs. OD, he only has a recipe. Gyrocopter, getting closer, 600 gold away from it. The timing from OG is insanely good. BKB is up on Alchemist. They want to make something happen
Yeah,
right
they
now.
blink in with the stun, the Burrow Strike. They want to burst down Fly here. It is just an Ogre Magi, but on the back lines, they're going to throw out a Ravage here, trying to turn this one around here, but Thompson was inside the Astral, so he doesn't get hit by this. Ogre going to buy back, going to try and take this fight, but Thompson's just charging in forward. He remnants in aggressively, using the Sleight of Fist, constantly just nuking everyone
Seb's
down.
gonna go in.
Epicenter with the blink in as well. Who's he going for? He splits the targets. Anna with the BKB, takes out the Lina, changes targets. Going to be a dieback from Fly's Ogre. He goes down, and Seb's not done with S4. That's 4 4 dead. Seb gets hit by his teammate as OG roll over EG. 4 heroes dead.
That's actually 5 dead because Ogre bought back and died instantly. And OG's not gonna stop. They're gonna might even threaten the high.
Слэм практически убили Queen of Pain, но One отправляет в таверну. Важный очень враг. Морфлинг убить не получается, слишком сильно он перекачан. Еще один тотем, врыв на гирокоптера. Ори пошел дальше вместе с папарацци. Как же папарацци режет? Просто жесть. Этот Аганим, который появился за 10 секунд до начала драки, сейчас решает вообще.
Still just chain lock and chain stun. And I think Fade just gained 2 levels during that team fight.
Oh
I mean,
my
Paparazzi
God.
got 3,062 XP.
Oh, he doesn't have any other form to switch into right now, but Roger chased down. He's completely alone. Nobody else on his team. As he walks up high ground, he will be able to find the catch.
This is terrifying. This guy was just level 15, wasn't he? Am I crazy? That is like level 8. This is peak Morphling now, right? Because now he doesn't have to worry about the cooldown on Morph.
They just kill off the ET, run him down.
Oh, I love me the Ice Climbers. It's this combo, baby. It's just too perfect.
Oh, jeez. So 26 minutes in, a 2,000 gold lead, but it has been quite the turnaround. You can see how much in control of this game it felt like Virtus Pro had, and now it's completely wrested away from them.
So,
Oh my God,
whenever
look
this
at the
happens,
graph.
I know. Whenever this happens, you always just go, all right, guys, all right. So next Roche, you know, it's one of those things, right? Oh, here we go. I mean, you can see too, like the fight didn't even start off that well for Paparazzi, right? Because he copies the Shaker, and then he just kills Solo. I was like, all right, well, that wasn't that crazy. He misses the Fisher.
Yeah.
And he misses the Tome. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that wasn't really the best start to the fight. And then suddenly they just changed to no one.
Yeah, and then they jump over and he deals like 500 damage with
He's
the right click.
mashing. He's trying to get out of there.
Yeah.
And then he just resigns himself to his fate.
It's so hard to deal with. And the other thing is, part of it is just having 2 fissures. Like, there's a reason this spell is so liked and so loved. It's ridiculously strong in team fights.
Yeah, I think DY is just having a time. He's 0, 6, and 5, and he's just been in the absolute dead lane. He's basically, he's so worthless that it's not worth it to like, go and target him. So he's just running across the map and throwing ignites, and he only has 28 last hits, which is probably a little disappointing considering how much time he spent on side lanes. But he's still pushing the waves. It's just he's not getting those ignite rolls quite as well as he'd like. Probably because it's level 1.
That's fair.
Yeah.
These things happen. But part of it also is that this entire draft, you look at the net worth lineup right now, it's all Paparazzi. This draft is built around him. So you make sure that, you know, the lanes are pushed out so that Paparazzi can jump on other people. And speaking of jumping on other people, Pasha is up here in the bottom lane. Doesn't look like they want to try and test that yet, though.
I think he's a 4-step too, right? Yeah, he just bought that. But the other Aghanim's is complete, as that's going to be coming out to Ramses here. So big damage increase for him. Has the Maelstrom already, which is a great item to pair with it. And we'll just further propel him in terms of the farm speed. And while he's chain stunned, because it's likely to happen, he'll still be putting out damage.
Well, and
kind of handy.
You know, going back again to the reason that we were so concerned about this draft for Virtus Pro is because of the strength of Morphling against Gyrocopter and against Earthshaker. God, you can just see it already.
Magical damage, 0. Wow, this engine's terrible. She can't do any magical damage. Look at that pure damage. Rocking it there. 10.7k from no one. Carrying the squad. I mean, a lot of that's from the laning stage too for the daggers, but we won't mention that.
Definitely.
It's just a buff in the stats. Get them all padded up.
That's the point. So we have sort of leveled off a little bit here, but it's feeling like this next fight around the Roche pit is going to be one of the ones that helps to really define this game.
They really want it before Paparazzi is 20, because the big thing about the combo with the Earthshaker, of course, was that cooldown reduction. And sure, it's not as good, but I'm pretty sure you still go for the 15% when it's Earthshaker for sure. I think mostly you do anyway, but when you got this, I want the CDR.
That's fair enough. I mean, and again, you look at how much damage. Right now, he's rocking, what is that, 600 damage a right click when he has the Enchant Totem. Like, part of the strength of it is not just the chain stun, it's also the damage amp that you get. Now switching over, finds Solo, jumps in, finds the punch. No, but the Manta immediately takes off the silence, and it's, what do you do?
That looks scary for like 2 seconds. Oh my god, he's like, no.
He has a BKB. And there's the CDR. So Morphling takes the talent, and Virtus Pro, they're going to need to fight absolutely impeccably to win this next engagement, as Roche is going to respawn right now. Might not start with Pasha getting caught. If Pasha gets caught right here,
Man,
it's not good.
He is really
The X,
tanky, though.
They pull back in. Okay, jump forward,
All right,
and
well, never mind.
welcome to the slam as they're going to jam, and Pasha in the river.
Like, what a... Dude, look at that. I mean, they chained him in. They caged him. They
Yeah.
just double fished him. I go left, you go right. Stuck against the wall.
It's just so hard to deal with.
And he has no buyback. I don't think you can fight this without buyback on your content. They can maybe threaten.
Oh, they don't even care. They're just running forward for it. They force out the BKB from Ramses, and now they really can't fight. As Vici maybe going to try and go a bit further forward if they want to. Look at the jump forward for Ramses. They want to take this man down. Solo trying to save his carry, but Paparazzi will not be denied as they chase down and going to take down Ramses as well. He is dead. 3 dead from Virtus Pro.
You just see him start coming. You're just like, all right, we're dead. What are we going to do?
It is so hard to fight this combo. Paparazzi is a monster.
And again, just right back for Roche. Do you buy back? I mean, it's Aegis and Cheese. Oh god, that feels so expensive to try and buy back for this.
I mean, if you can't kill it, they have to fight it now. Like, Aegis is just going to make it even worse.
That's true.
Paparazzi back into the Earthshaker form. But VP, they're starting to show up. They need something magical here. They need something really, really good. Fade, though, the double catch again with the fissures. And Roger is going to drop as well. Virtus Pro, they lose another. They bought back on one, but didn't buy back on the gyrocopter.
I think they're trying to delay for his respawn.
Ah, okay.
Using the spirits and everything, and it is working surprisingly, at least to me. He only had like 2 seconds left on his BKB, but they're playing it very safe. They have Shrine, that's fair.
Okay.
Go back, get your mana, 'cause everyone's getting a little bit low on resources here.
So they will head back in to this side of the map if they want. But the scary thing is, like, how do you stop this from Virtus Pro? I guess X is going to be one of the ways to do it. Try and, like, control Morphling, maybe kite out his BKB. I don't know. Oh, God. And Solo, yet again, just caught by the fissure. They've got the impetus shot that comes in from Yang, and, well, the Hex. Okay, that's a good answer. So they can be able to bring them down. They take down Paparazzi. He doesn't have buyback. Is this what they've been waiting for? Virtus Pro, they smell blood, want to turn and take this fight. Ori going to chase forward, already draining all the mana from Ramses. They can't afford to give up Roche to Virtus Pro. But to be honest, Virtus Pro, they might have gone a bit too far. Pasha going to be cut down here by Ori. A really good stomp, connecting onto 3. But is there any more follow-up? The Hex is there as well. Dagger out onto 2. Want to take them down, and Ori dropping ever so low. Pasha shows back up. Roger actually still kept alive through all of it. Roger's gonna live, at least for the moment, but eventually will get killed off by Fade. DY deniable, but gets brought down. Now, where else can we go? The buyback comes from the Ogre and the Razor. The fight's gonna continue as Pasha trying to hold on to this one with just no one. Another fissure connects, and Pasha ran down. The Kunkka will also be taken to the grave.
Yeah, no one can't go back in there right now, even with the BKB. No one he can just pick off. Razor with a lot of stolen damage now, 227, wants to put some hurt into this tower. Again, they're able to save Ramses' buyback, but I think with the, they're going to get Roche once Paparazzi's back. They're going to get this tier 2. So all in all, we've gained about 1K for VG. Everyone got a lot of experience. Everyone got quite a bit of gold. We've accelerated the match somewhat here.
Yeah, exactly.
But in the end, Virtus Pro will still be losing this Roche here to VG Gaming.
He used 7 daggers and 5 screams in that fight. Man, the Hex is amazing against the Morphling. He really needs a Linken's.
Yeah, Hex was super sick. And he could go back for it because he bought the Ultimate Orb for the Scotty.
Yeah.
But I think you just recognize and go like, yeah, okay, never mind.
So Aegis going to be claimed now by Vici Gaming. And the combo does not become less potent. It's still very hard to deal with. Yeah, after the end of all of that, Faye, or rather Yang, actually became the highest level in the game right now, 23 on the Enchantress. She stayed alive the entire fight.
Oh, that's nice. There you go.
BKB completed on him, and Vici
It's
firmly in the lead.
Just Queen, Gyro, and Ench with buybacks at the moment. Of course, Paparazzi has to farm into his, so that's the whole issue. So he didn't have the gold for it. And I mean, you need another big Scythe play like that. That felt like the moment. If Virtus Pro were going to win this game, that Scythe felt like that's how we're going to do it. We actually got to pick off. We need to win this fight after, because you would think that once he's dead that, I don't know, they seem so scary with just Paparazzi.
Yeah.
But they're still able to back it up there just because, as you pointed out, they're all in so deep. They had to use obviously a lot of resources to guarantee that kill on Paparazzi.
Okay. Paparazzi gets pulled back in. But
Only 3,000 HP.
right. That's the other issue. It's not like it's easy to kill him even afterwards. God, look at that. He's up to 1,100 damage when he switched over to full agi.
Yeah, and he has switched to the Lincolns too, of course.
Yeah.
Just makes sense versus the site.
Do they want to wait long enough to make sure that he has Lincolns before they try and push? Like, he has buyback now, but I don't know. It's hard to know. Fade? Caught? Horn is out. Looks like this team is going to leave him to the Wolves.
Ooh, they know he bought back.
Finding more. Ogre. Now it's in trouble as well.
Okay.
Virtus Pro, are they doing it? That's 2 dead, no buyback.
The only problem is the Roche thing, because well, although the Morphling is pretty useless, I don't think you can gain like any sort of a Rax advantage or anything here, right?
Well,
and Fade actually didn't buy back. It was a gold issue for him, so they
Okay.
probably think he has buyback.
Yeah, and I guess that the other big issue is like if you're Vici right now, it's harder to take that fight because there's no Earthshaker to morph into.
Yes, exactly. I mean, that's one of the strats that people started doing versus this Earthshaker Morphling is they just tried to target down the Earthshaker as fast as they could, but the problem is the guy still has 2,000 HP.
Right. Yeah, he's not easy to take down either. And in this game, if they do take it out, there's still the Gyrocopter to morph into.
That is very true, yeah.
So, Virtus Pro getting a ward down. We'll see if this one gets taken away by Vici. As the pressure is going to start to be mounted.
Getting a tier 3 would be so nice here for Virtus Pro, but Fade's back in 3 seconds.
They have swap into into Hex.
Sight, yeah.
That seems like it could be a pretty nice play, but they're a little bit too afraid.
Yeah, they can just like spam the air swap, right? Say
Yeah.
pop it, keep the charge, still swap them into the Hex.
Yeah.
Do they have anything? I mean, they can also X from super long range too, so they'll have to communicate. They do like a 3, 2, 1, and it's like X, second to pop, swap them, and queue up the scythe. But it actually can be executed by teams like this, though. Something they're very capable of.
I mean, that's the thing, though, is that it's so difficult, right? Like, there's ways to do it, but it feels like Vici's game right now is a lot easier to execute. You just kind of jump in and kill people, as crazy as it is. But Queen of Pain also going to be going back for a Lincoln Sphere here.
Remember Global call down with Ags? That was something. Oh, that was a good time. I was reminiscing there when he just threw that call down to do nothing but push a wave out.
Yeah,
that was a terrible Agnes.
That was really bad.
This one's much better. This is very exciting for the Gyrocopter players, if there's any out there.
So bottom lane, Paparazzi is underneath that ward, along with Ori and DY. It looked like it was maybe Lincoln's queued up for the Razor too, just trying to maybe throw another one onto Morph lane afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything for my Morph.
Yo. Whole draft for my Morph.
See if Big Papa can carry. Paparazzi.
Imagine if they killed him twice though without buyback again.
You see how much damage that just one right clicked into the tower? Had like a fifth of its HP left.
He's got an Alpha Wolf chasing him too.
Oh my god.
It's just everything.
So strong. Bounces around. 3,000 gold lead. 24 to 24, but this game is not even.
Do you think
at this
DY
point.
is the kind of guy who would actually take the Bloodlust?
Yes.
Everyone takes the strength. The strength is so good on Ogre, but I can't help but think that DY is gonna take the Bloodlust. Everything for my Ench, dude.
Yeah.
This Ench attack speed.
It's all there.
It's a trap though, guys. Don't ever go the Bloodlust. It is such a trap. Everyone's attack speed is already so high. It's fine. Just get the strength. The
he's going
strength
the
is
Bloodlust.
ridiculous. No, he's not gonna do it.
He's definitely gonna go the Bloodlust.
DY's got that double big brain. He knows. He knows it's a trap.
I'm giving you a guarantee. He's
Is this a
taking the
Grant
Bloodlust.
guarantee?
I'm not Grant.
Or is this a lyrical guarantee?
I'm not sure which one's better.
It's the Grand is like the guarantees of guarantees.
Uh-oh. I'm guaranteeing that this is a problem
It
right now.
holds
for
up in a court of
Ramses.
law.
The round, they jump in again, find him, the swap back, trying to keep him alive.
How did he
Ramses
get out
in
there?
trouble, chasing forward, BKB out as well. He needs another hit, but it's not going to be there. Now Solo, not decide to chase that any further, but they baited out the BKB.
I can't believe they haven't practiced their double fishers. It was actually a crack. I mean, it would have
Yeah.
got forced anyway. But
X marks the spot.
first blood. Thanks and have fun.
They've got one themselves. An X marks the spot onto Kunkka. And Solo is going to be the one that goes down instead. Roger now trying to back away. He's BKB, but look at the right-click damage rates there. And it takes so little commitment for Vici.
Yeah.
They're so hard to deal with.
And right there you see one of the frustrating
They
things.
spotted him.
Oh,
Way off to the side. Queen of Pain, BKBs, runs away. Okay, he's out.
So that's one of the frustrating things about trying to pop this Lincoln C, right? You saw right there with the missile is that you can't long range, because you're trying to think of long range skills, and the best one they have is X. And it's not that long to try and pop it from a distance, because the missile you have to wait till it actually connects. So unless he's going to fall for that.
Hello?
21.2k hero damage.
What?
At 40 minutes. All right, we'll see how much he has at the end.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Okay. Coming.
Paparazzi has really just taken over this game. That one death that happened in the pit. Ooh, no one. Chase down, Echo Slam comes through. He is done. Paparazzi gets the kill. It just happens so quickly. Like these two running together, it's the Bash Bros from Mighty Ducks 2.
I was thinking the Battletoads maybe too.
Okay,
You know,
it's the other one.
Any iconic video game duo, just put them together, guys.
Oh my goodness. 8,000 gold lead for Vici. And, well, the only real test left is how do they break high ground. Oh, DY
I
found
think you
Pasha.
just put them into submission.
The chase now. Jump forward, fissure block off, connects just right on the edge. Another fissure landing now, but no, too late. Paparazzi going to be controlled for a moment, but he turns, finds that kill onto Solo, chasing forward for more. Lord have mercy, Paparazzi is in your base.
All right, he's got no Aegis though. He's got no BKB.
Oh god, but the impetus damage coming from Yang, even after you deal with the Morphling, you just still have to deal with the
there it is.
Okay, good force step
the
away,
force!
saving his life.
No.
The sleep's not going to connect Paparazzi. He can't keep doing it until Fade
the
is
Earth
out as
Splitter.
well. And
He
they were
died.
able to kill him off. All right, 3 dead already. They went too far. Now they fought Yang as well. All of Virtus Pro chasing forward.
It
and a Ramses
bleeds.
triple kill.
It is killable. I can't believe it. Man, that Earth Splitter just cracked him. 3,700 damage from ET. Thank you for carrying, dude. And okay, all right, you know, 9K from Ramses, I guess.
He
That's
did
pretty
a lot.
cool too. But
They have buyback on the Morphling, but it does show that if you go too far, Morphling still, like you said,
he took 901 physical damage from the Earth Splitter and 789 magical damage. That is, but he took like 1,700 damage from Earth Splitter.
That's insane. The aura on top of him is the big one. But now, Morphling used buyback. There's a DD in the river. Paparazzi runs in, finds it. He wants to chase now, wants to take them all down. The fissure connects. He's found themselves another. Pasha trying to run away. Can they run him down with Ori? Waiting for Morphling to jump back in a second time. They buy back now on the ET, chasing forward for Ramses. The punch comes through. They find that kill as well. Waveform through, not going to get caught, and no one taking the infinite shots. Roger taking the infinite shots. They try and kill off Ori, and they will be able to bring him down, but the buyback comes out immediately. Triple kill for Paparazzi. This man smells blood, wants to find the ET. He did so much damage to me earlier, but I'm going to get to ultra kill and kill you off as well. No one turned upon fear, but Paparazzi, he's not afraid anymore, and he turns now onto Pasha, wants to chase down this Kunkka and collect his rampage, but is it going to happen? No, he's not Earthshaker anymore.
Oh, he's back.
He's back again in Earthshaker. The switch back forward, finds the rampage. Paparazzi, have mercy.
Where's that Queen of Pain? I need a few more. Oh, he's going to be siphoning up Ori.
Oh, he just wants to run.
Paparazzi changed up his fight style in that last engagement. He stopped using the Enchanted Tome to chase himself, and he waited until his allies were giving him vision. You saw him dropping down wards in the middle of that fight, and you saw Fade jumping in instead. So Paparazzi, the Enchanted Tome was actually on cooldown for several seconds, which is very surprising because he was waiting for people who were guaranteed locked down for that moment. So he's going to be there in time, he's going to get the stun, and he's going to get the finish. And that's how they got Ramses just so quick on that one.
12,000 damage in 60 seconds. It ain't a joke.
Oh, no one doing everything he can. He's got the AoE Shadow Strike. He's got the
down.
the ulti even too.
All right, can Vici finish this one off?
I don't know if
they're gonna have
backdoor
backdoor
matters for a Morphling.
That's true. That is a problem.
I'm surprised they're stopping.
Wait, they got another one. No, he got the second wave again.
Yeah, but does it? Couldn't they? I mean, they won't. They're just gonna take Roche and call it super safe. But I'm pretty sure they just cheesed out that game.
And to be honest, it is a little bit scary because the only one with buyback right now is Ogre. If they manage to kill off the rest of Vici's team, Virtus
They
Pro
gotta
have
kill
a
the
chance.
Shaker.
Yeah, that's true. That's what they need to do. They need to kill the Shaker. and he doesn't have buyback. Like, they can't get back into this fight. Taking Roche, I think, is generally speaking the safe play, but it also leaves you more opportunities to potentially mess up. And when all of the game is built around this one hero in the Paparazzi Morphling, if he goes down without buyback, man, no one with a sick play there though.
It's easy. He's got the Aegis. It's fine. It's 18k magical. So he had 20k damage when we checked at I don't even remember what it was now. But now he's doubled that. He's up to 40k.
Oh god, and he's got a Daedalus now. Our man is not messing around.
He's a crit shaker? Is that what you just told me?
I think so.
Yeah, that's his Daedalus. That is a crit shaker. All right, cool.
Oh,
I love playing two
goodness.
heroes. Doesn't even need his boots. It's like good enough. I'll just fly everywhere. Fade! Fade, where are you? I'm losing it.
I need my strength again. Oh my goodness. So buyback again, it's only there for the Ogre. We have 3 homing missile charges for Ramses. Actually relevant.
Yeah, for the Lincolns.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Well, and even just having the lockdown, because if they can lock down that Morphling long enough, there's a world in which it makes it work. So 73% win probability right now from Dota Plus.
That is higher than I would have expected.
Oh god, he's got
for
a
Virtus
DD.
Pro, I mean.
Oh god, he's got a DD. Oh no, this is not good. He's got a DD. Ramsey's just gonna get ran at. The punch comes through. Daedalus procs as well. Ori on the middle of all of them. Walks forward. Ramsey's jumping through the air, trying to kill off Ramsey's. Can they do it in time? I think the answer is yes, as the waveform double kill, and Roger, the one left alive here off to the side, is gonna get pummeled by Fade. Paparazzi turns on to Pasha. He's somewhat low, but I don't think it's gonna matter as GG is called.
See, you don't have to go high ground. You just beat him into submission.
Unbelievable.
Unnecessary here. Oh, what a second phase draft. Virtus Pro. Oh, that was dirty. They straight up bodied him there, right? Getting that Earthshaker and then into the Morphling was so good. And you saw that mid-game did not go that well.
No.
For VG Gaming. Until they had the Aghanim. This is the classic. We saw this so many times in the qualifiers where it's just, oh, they're losing. Oh, maybe it's not that good. Oh, the Earthshaker Morphling's gonna lose.
And then
Here comes the Aghanim Scepter.
Okay, what was the damage that he had earlier?
20k.
He had 20k damage. At the end of the game, roughly like 7 minutes later, he had 43,000 damage.
That's pretty good.
More than doubled his damage.
Oh, man, and look at these camps, too. Actually, both teams, a lot of camps stacked there. We had 19 camps stacked by Vici, and then pretty similar, 16, 17, 18. Oh, we had 20 camps stacked by Virtus Pro. But it turns out that's not how we decide the winner of a match of Dota 2. So despite having one less camp stack, they will lose, or rather win the game. Vici Gaming, that is, because that's not how we decide, as I said. Oh, well, that is a heck of a way to start the day. Can we say hell? I think we can say hell. That's a hell of a way to start the day here on the A stream. I don't think we're on the A stream. We're on the Dota Zone.
That's
where
right.
we're on.
That's where we're at. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was an amazing performance from Paparazzi. I think it really just speaks to the issue of like needing to deal with that if you have a Morphling player.
I mean, it's game winning.
Like
straight up,
the
right?
Southeast Asian
Virtus Pro had
qualifiers,
some
we
other
saw
issues.
a lot of this combination, and it's still nerfed, but I'm not sure if it's nerfed to the point where it's no longer good.
No, definitely still extremely strong. Yeah, no, I mean, it's game winning. Yeah. Straight up, right? I mean, Virtus Pro had some other issues in terms of like going high ground and stuff. There's all kinds of ways you're defending high ground. They're very good at that and stuff, but in this particular game, we have to use the Earthshaker and the Morphling.
Well, all you fine folks out there, game number 2 right around the corner. Stay tuned. TI9 group stage is continuing right after this.
Maybe.
They're on the lead and ready to go. They'll get Saxa. He's got a yours. I mean, he is surely gone. No Vendetta will save him there as they have that vision. With the D-Ward as well, will be able to get themselves out of the map, and it may just be an Nyx Assassin, but with a member down, NIP unlikely to push. They'll back off onto their half of the map. This gives a bit of breathing room, bit of opening for Fnatic to get the waves pushed back out, get some vision out.
Yeah, go look for maybe any wards or get your own wards down just during all this time as Jabs will finish up that Hex.
Yeah, got that Hex. DJ's nearly got his Octarine.
His farm slowed down quite a lot on Jabs though. Even though he's still at the top 2, he did get slowed down a lot from those deaths in the fights. So they're all kind of just sticking together. Still a bit afraid, even though Sux is dead. They're just making sure that they're all grouped as 4. While DJ continues to push out top. He's also very farmed on the Lash.
Yeah. Making sure he has money for buyback and Octarine by looks of it.
Yeah, they're getting out. They're looking for the wards, getting their own vision down too.
Yeah, and IP just waiting until Sax is back in the game before they make any moves outside of their base.
Yep. No risk.
It's full pipe done. Finally finished off by 33. He's like, I can spare the gold to do so.
I was surprised he didn't buy that earlier.
Yeah.
He did never finish it. He just bought a hood for
he
himself.
likes the green.
Yeah.
Continuing to Midas his way towards a Hex for himself. Those multicast Hexes could certainly come in big time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Ace is about to have another Aghanims 2 finished up, and they're just waiting. Now they can probably go and look once they push this wave out a little bit further. They've got bottom pushed out, but top's pushing it a little bit, but they're going to smoke and look for anything anyway. Fnatic expecting this. They're positioned on this high ground with a ward too. 4 heroes bloodlusted at the moment on the side of NIP.
Will they fall foul to this trap set by Fnatic?
There's a DD as well inside of Abed's bottle.
33, Smoke's going to dispel. They know Fnatic's on the high ground. They're going to try for the Burrow Strike. They're going to stun each other. Ace is in with the BKB straight away on top of him. Can they kill him off in time? TJ's able to get the Yules and the BKB off. TJ's still alive. He'll walk out. Jab's going to use the song. Looks like it will be a disengage from Fnatic, as the rest of them will look to get out of there, but not before they lose both DJ and Dubu. Both supports down.
This attacks so fast. Anyone he gets on top of just dies. He started to switch out his Radiance now too, so he can make sure to have just the straight damage items with the Blink and the bots. He moves it back and forth with the Boots of Travel a bunch of times too.
Yeah, at this rate, they can definitely play the slow game NIP and just get Ags out for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like in the fights, Fnatic just is doing no damage anymore now. They were hitting a point where they were chunking people down, but everybody on NIP just started to get way too much farm and items. After those last few fights is 33 also now hitting level 25. Which talent are you going to take 33? Are you going to take the move speed? I'm seeing most people taking the move
you
speed
take the
lately.
damage, dude.
Well, it doesn't work on your unrefined.
Yeah, but
That's the
plus
thing. But yeah,
300.
I know. It's actually, he had the axe. You're not even giving the axe. He'll probably go for it. He should go. I'd assume he goes for it. But I'm telling you, I saw a lot of people going for the
plus
other one.
300, you get plus 300 and get a multicast. That everybody's dead.
Yep, 540 times 4.
Maybe you're right. Maybe the sensible one is the.
I mean,
dude,
he's
plus
just
300.
Plus 3. I mean, with the axe, right? It's like, but it doesn't work on the unrefined, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was at the axe doesn't matter. That's what you're telling me, right? But still, just it doesn't. It's just plus 300 on one of your fire blood. Yeah, you gotta take.
Good man.
It's so good.
But you're so speedy with the other one.
But it doesn't matter. You don't need to run anyway if everyone's dead.
I'm telling you, I was watching it. I mean, I think if you take like the 100 damage and stuff and you're a right clicker, you take the movement speed. But if you're gonna be like this, you're a spellcaster.
I think if you.
I'm just telling you what I saw.
300 every time, dude.
I'm telling you what I saw in the lots of the games that I was looking at the pubs. People were taking like all 4 right talents on
Pubs.
the
This is professional Dota 2, Giannis.
Professional players playing pubs.
Yeah. Terrible professional players playing pubs. This is the right one. 33 knows. He's ready to blow some fools up with his fire blast.
They got the Yules.
Here we
Connection
go.
with the stun. Let's
Here
see.
we go. Oh.
The second one did a lot. The first, the unrefined, you can see doesn't do a whole lot of damage. But
No,
yeah,
not
the
in
other one
comparison
is
to plus 300 fire blast.
much
Sure.
nicer. Continuing their lead, 34,000 gold.
Abed's got his MKB.
And his buyback as well.
Yeah. And he's still got a lot of breathing room to sort of build into. He's got, he's going to get rid of the drums eventually, get something for that. He get himself a moonshot, get himself an axe. There's a lot of places for Abed to go if the game does continue to continue.
Yeah, same with Jabs. Well, kind of. Jabs, just because he has like the BKB and some treads, so he can still look to be moving stuff around, at least for himself as well.
Jabs queuing up the nullifier, so focusing more on damage. No,
For Jabs or for
Jabs, yeah.
Bloodthorn?
Bloodthorn.
Yeah.
Right, Bloodborne, yeah.
Can be good to deal with the evasions as well once the BKBs are down. At least on the gyrocopter, but it's still super hard for Fnatic to take any of these fights. It does seem their damage is just really not there versus all this protection that NIP does have. And now map controls looking like it should continue though NIP's favor, even though there's the Naga Siren on the side of Fnatic. They're able to clear these illusions pretty easy. So Roche is the next thing on the menu. And who's getting the next?
There you go. Fada's got his axe.
Now Fada's got it.
So he no longer needs the one he bought himself.
Yep. He can buy himself another item.
He certainly can. And he's queued up Rapier. I don't know if he needs it, but I'm not going to complain.
Wait, why was I saying them doing Roche? They already had Roche. Sorry.
That's right. It's early morning. It's 9 a.m. But yeah, he's queuing up the Rapier, Fada. I mean, I guess he feels that they're really struggling to push high ground. But we love the Rapiers.
I think he's also just feeling like they can't kill people anymore on the side of Fnatic. If the fights end quickly,
yeah. Let's see if he gets the Rapier close to the game, or if he gets the Rapier and throws the game. Both of them will be equally exciting to observe.
The Rapier is only good on one of the heroes on Fnatic, while on the side of NIP, it's good on a couple.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you don't really care if it goes their way.
It's like SF getting it
Jabs
getting it's kind of
sure. It's there. Oh,
done for it. Ice off the mark.
He's gonna miss it. So you have the Hex reveal to Fada, but not really able to do anything with it. There's no follow-up. Able to push on. Force out the fortification. Fada, of course, having the annoyance of his mana being drained by this consistent illusion pressure. ISO's coming in again with the 2-man Burrow Strike. They're trying to nuke Fada down. Won't quite be able to kill him. Ace frozen. A concoction keeps Jabs held right back. They'll take the tier 3 tower NIP now, moving on towards the racks. Range racks are claimed. They'll look for more. Another Hex out onto Fada. He's forced back to safety. Get the tier 3 in the range racks.
33 and Fada just sitting up there on the front line. They can't actually get to the back line. You see Ace is actually playing in the back, just waiting to get a single jump. If he gets on top of anybody, we see how fast he kills them. But yeah, they're just parking the two super tanky heroes in front, and Fnatic could do nothing about it. They lose their range racks. Bounty runes are spawning, so you see NIP, they back up. We also have the power runes all over the place too, because we're at these 55-minute mark.
DD and Arcane, both very nice ones for them to try and fight with. There's Hex Stunt, upgrading his boots. Fada still holding off on spending the majority of his money. He's got that 8,000 gold ready to go. Could obviously get a Moonshard for himself, but he's dreaming of the bigger things. He wants that Rapier.
They're buying wards and sentries for their teammates now too, both the Alchemists as well as the Gyrocopter. They're like, don't worry guys, we got you. It's funny that PPD also has the Refresher Shard himself on the Witch Doctor. And the other crazy thing is we were talking about how damage has become a problem for Fnatic in the last, like, what, 15, 20 minutes? PPD is also 25. He has one of the ridiculous ones where it's a 1.5% max heal on top of that Voodoo, so quite a lot, for sure.
He's got that Refresher Shard, that double heal.
The double heal. Double cast, man. Double cast is terrifying.
That is.
Kind of interesting to see him holding it anyway, though. Rather than like you give it to the Ogre Magi, it gets like you can hex the whole enemy team or something, right? Kind of surprising to see them giving it to PPD.
Give it to the Ogre. Maybe. As 33 continues to rack up the goal. Those multicast Midas usages.
Yep.
There's another axe. This one's going all the way at PPD. Well, probably Saxa right over PPD. Give it Saxa first, wouldn't you?
Oh, I'll give it to Peter. He's got the Refresher
I mean,
Shard.
Peter, he's the more important person.
Oh, I give it to Saxa.
Yeah, you gotta give it
You
to
have
Nyx.
to,
You give it
yeah.
to Nyx Assassin Axis.
I mean, at
Damn
this point,
good.
I don't think it really matters which one they give it to because they have a 50k gold lead and they're keeping it Fnatic.
All right, so it's probably he's gonna get them out to both of them at this rate. Yeah. Their plan is super safe. Yeah, you're right. 50,000 gold, ladies and gentlemen. 50,000 gold. And still, yet to be able to take a melee axe. Melee axe is down the top. Both middle and bottom are safe and fine. Whereas obviously Fnatic earlier in the game, they did take that melee axe from the mid lane of NIP.
Fada has 10,000 gold.
He wants the Rapier, but he also wants to slot for the cheese. So he doesn't want the Rapier yet.
Maybe he wants 2 Rapiers, so if he dies with one, he can just pick up the other.
I mean, that would be the super safe play to do.
Oh, is he
What's he gonna do?
He looked like he was running toward it.
I mean, at this point, I feel like you probably do just get yourself a Moonshard anyway, because you're saving up so much gold. But I guess he wants to be able to push, use the cheese, and then buy a rapier for the slot and have buyback still.
I mean,
But then what's the value of buyback if you're feeding a rapier? And I changed it. Boo.
Second butterfly.
I mean, it's safer. I don't think he didn't need to go for the rapier.
They don't need to.
No, and I'm sure PPD is having stern words.
They're still
Do
afraid
not
to
buy
go
the
for the
rapier.
high ground. With a 50,000 gold lead.
Well, Fada's just going to prove his point now. You know, he's going to be like, well, you didn't let me get the rapier. We're not going to be able to push.
All right, Butterfly coming out. Second one. Courier's going to get it. Keeping Fnatic just trapped inside their base as they pick up more and more items. And, ooh, Sox is still not 25, though. Is he one of the few? He's the only one on his team that's not 25.
Indeed, the double butterfly. It's a beautiful sight.
It is.
Don't get to see it often.
They have MKBs, though, and they even do have a blood.
No, it doesn't match from here, doesn't it? How much evasion is that in total? 57% evasion. It's a lot of evasion.
The illusions are going to be pretty. I mean, the illusions haven't really been doing too much anymore for a while from the Naga Siren, but now they're not going to do anything to
Whoa!
it at all. Jump forward.
Nice size. He's in. He's hexed. BKB pop takes him with the Abyssal on. Nice size. Is dead. DJ's got to try and get out there with the BKB. He's trying to hide in the trees, turns with the stun, manages to get PPD, but they're chasing him. At the same time, off to the side, Fada's running in on Stupid, but Fada, he's been hexed. Abed, jabs, they've got the damage, they'll kill him off. That's going to be Fada dead and gone. They put the BKBs to Song as well, as they'll retreat. And they'll know if they can just keep it cool, NIP aren't going to look to fight or push with the Gyro dead. Sure, they did get 3 themselves, NIP, but it's probably going to be another 2 minutes where NIP aren't going to push because Fada's gone.
Fada got split by himself. He went left, the rest of the team went right. But the rest of the team, they take 0 damage. When they're around PPD with the Voodoo Vest and Restoration, they actually do not lose any health from anything. They were eating the Pulse Nova as well as Edict, and nobody was even taking down.
See some of those kill banners. What Jabs here got 958 for the kill on Fada.
Saxa takes the agility, of course.
Nice. Always very, very nice.
Agility talent with Ethereal Blade on Nyx Assassin, by the way. Something we don't really see very often, but he's sitting at that nice, 220 edge.
Yeah, that's a shotgun blast and a half.
Yeah. And now PPD has his own Aghanims with the Refresher Shard.
Yeah. Whoa!
Soul Catcher.
Nice. He's got to watch out. Oh! So force back up to the high ground. He'll take it though, so we'll manage to finish off the tier 3 tower. Sax is able to creep a little closer.
Look how fast he heals when he's next to PPD.
Pop the BKB for this push. He wants to try and finish off the racks, but now he's got to be careful. Buyback comes out for DJ. The BKB's going to wear out Super Ace. Ace tries to stop, but Ace is dead.
Ooh.
He committed with the BKB just to hit the racks, but it's a low duration BKB nowadays. He's used it a lot, and that leaves him vulnerable. He's dead. DJ's able to chase down PPD. That's a buyback and a half from DJ, as he'll be able to set up for both of those kills.
Very nice, yeah. Super nice buyback.
I mean,
right?
it felt that was a little too risky, right? You're hitting the racks and you're popping BKB to try and force that melee racks. Does the game really get that much better if you do get that melee racks?
No, they can still clear it. And also, they have their Gyrocopter still dead. This was the time that they decided to force the high ground when they only had 4 heroes.
A little unnecessary from NIP.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the racks, it's cool to get, but like you said, they have Naga Siren. They can deal with the racks.
It's a 61-minute game. They're holding Fnatic in the base anyway. It's what does a melee racks matter? Right.
DJ, he bought back. He has a BKB.
Do they have the
He's going to be able to live. He's looking pretty dead.
He's definitely dead.
130.
Hang on. The rest of Fnatic, they're coming in. They've got the Hex on the Fada. Fada's in trouble. It's only Saxa here that's able to save him. There's the BKB. He's still not got it for 55 seconds. Abed has his though. Turns, right-click Fada. He's got the Daedalus. He's got the crits. He's got the damage. Fada's dead. Now Jabs and Abed looking for more. Saxa and 33 split apart. The multicast come into play. E-Blade as well. More multicast down on Abed. The roots on a 33. Silence as well. Jabs surrounding the Ogre. The Hex is up. Has he got the damage? It's a very beefy... It's a big boy. It's a big boy. It's a big boy with cheese. Cheese will heal him up.
They're starting to get mana. Saxa, he's burrowed, so he's getting that mana regen. Jabs is coming to get comboed.
And he's out of mana.
Uh-oh, Jabs.
He's out of mana.
Jabs.
And Jabs. Jabs he's dead. He's dead. He's got buyback, but he's dead.
You can't underestimate these heroes in the late game. You see this Nyx burrow. You see this Ogre with an Aghanims. They're gonna. You have so much mana as a Naga Siren. He has 1,800 mana, so his intelligence, what, 150? These mana burns, they really hurt him when he does get hit by them. He can't be standing around there by himself. Oof.
Oh boy, there's 3 dead, no buyback.
That's the difference when you see the 60k gold lead, is that everybody on NIP is incredibly buff.
I mean, is there not temptation to just buy back on Fodder and end the game? There's 3 dead for 30 plus seconds without buyback. You can end the game here, right? It's only going to be Arbed and Jabs defending, or
I mean, more
you
than
still
likely,
play it
yeah.
cool? They're playing it safe.
They probably
play
could
it
do
safe?
that, but they've been playing it safe for the majority of this game.
They've
right?
been playing it very safe. They've got a 61k lead and they haven't quite managed to close it up.
My God. All right, there they go.
That's the first and only available buyback. Only 20 seconds now for the full lineup to be back in the game. They'll have to probably concede a second set of racks here mid.
Do they just go tier 4s? Or do they just go for the megas? They're going for tier 4s. They have a DD on Ace.
I mean, they take these
They kill it very fast.
quick. Song will slow it. They are very grouped up. ISSO's not wanting to poke the Burrow Strike. PPD popping the BKB, walking
zoning them out.
They've got the full 5-man. Oh, the multicast Hex! It
The
gets the
Death Ward.
2 of them! The Death Ward as well! The stump for 33! The front is dead, they've done it! NIP will finally close up a 70k gold lead victory. They'll get it. They'll finish the game, they'll win the game. What a game it was. Fnatic nearly able to hold on.
Yeah, around that, like what? I think it was around like the 35-minute mark where it looked like Fnatic had this great.
We're not going for heroes, we're going for buildings. It's already down to half health. It's falling fast, and they can't stop it. Na'Vi call it like that. They say we can't stop this game.
Farm game, and their heroes were definitely better scaling. Even though there's a Naga Siren, the fact that they can give all these Aghanims, and we saw even the supports can kill a Naga Siren. So.
Indeed, at the end of that game, and well, what a way to start the day. Some exciting stuff. We're woken up. I'm sure you, ladies and gentlemen at home, have woke up as well after that one. That's only game 1, as we will be stepping into game 2 of NIP versus Fnatic very shortly. Do not go anywhere. We'll see you after the break.
looks like, and grabbed one of the enemy ones. So
wow, I think EG knows how to count to 3, but they got 3 runes.
EG, they know exactly. 3 is their number. That's Valve who knows how to count to 3.
Dark Willow. Also starts with Sage Mask.
Expecting that Bassi. So it won't be the Abaddon who gets the Bassi, but will be on the Dark Willow. So as we come to expect, a lot of these off-lane dual lanes with Bassi Ring. It's going to be Willow with the Abaddon. They've got the Aphotic Shield early. One way to play against this lane, perhaps, is they're just going to have such great defensive capabilities with the Aphotic Shield. And you've got the Shadow Realm on the Dark Willow. Dark Willow who then manages to block that pull cam. N0tail coming in with the Stroke of Fate, trading hits here, looking to push Crit out of this lane. And he's got a Fissure support here. They could find themselves with an early first blood if they get a couple more right clicks and a Stroke of Fate. One more right click with a Stroke of Fate. He may not even need it. He does need it because there's an Aphotic Shield, and that's going to save Crit's life as Ana also helps to zone out S4 with some extra right clicks, so they don't get the kill. S4 came in just in time.
And Juggernaut has Crit level 1 instead of a spin.
Okay.
Because he's just trading hits against the melee hero.
This is something, yeah, we see sometimes in these melee versus melee matchups where the crit as single target damage is better than the spin. Level 1, you don't necessarily go for the kill. You don't even have any points in the Inkswell yet, so Ana just wants that 20% crit chance. Brambles coming out just to try and mess with some of the last hits and secure this lane a bit, but here comes Jerax with these crits. If he gets the block in, he blocks his forward, doesn't hit him with the stun, but he's completely surrounded. Now he levels up the spin. They are looking for this kill, but Jerax getting very low. The Stroke of Fate is there, and Ana should be able to get the first blood. Gets the kill just before N0tail goes down. That's a shared bounty.
Nice little sidestep from Abaddon to not get stunned at least, but with that block, there's nothing he can do about it. Ember Spirit picked up a Haste Rune on the mid lane.
The scariest of things, perhaps, but we'll see a full-on tri-lane from OG. Thompson, is he going to get killed here by Sumail? The Decrypt is there with a Nether Blast. 1 or 2 more right clicks. Thompson has a Tango. He tried to go for the tree block. Oh, that would have been so good if it worked.
Ember Spirit had a Quelling Blade, so I don't think that would have mattered. And now Ember Spirit has enough money to buy a bottle after this creep.
So, yeah, it doesn't have to go for that suicide to tower play that you often see when these mid-solo kills happen. Thompson tries to find the D-Ward mid, but guesses wrong, and Dire Ward is on the other side. This bottom lane, they get another kill on S4. This tri-lane finding a lot of action early on. Dire Vision, 2 Dire Wards around this mid lane. We really want to make sure Sumail doesn't get pressured and given too bad of a time early on.
Yeah, and Sumail flies out the courier to the side shop, to the secret shop to actually get a bottle faster. Meanwhile, in the top lane, it's Seb who's alone. A lot of kill potential from Bane and Sven. He can't really TP out.
He's having a good start until that death, though. He's got 9 CS. He's level 3.5, so despite the death there, it has been an okay lane, considering it's a 1v2. Decrypt just for some extra fissure damage as Thompson doesn't go for the Nether Blast. I think knowing that the Sleight of Fist can be used to dodge that Nether Blast. We're seeing it again here as bottom lane Ana actually goes down. Good Dark Willow. Finding that kill.
They need to control the runes. Both of the mids.
Yep.
Okay, actually, Thompson bought a health instead of a bottle.
Wow. He's really rushing this Veil as soon as possible. He's going to have it before he even hits level 6. He's looking to set some records on fastest Veil timing, it seems. Thompson mid. Uh-oh, he's in trouble. Throws out the Decrypt to push Sumail back, but won't see that kill coming out. Let's fly out to. This is just probably jungle stacks. You know, you've got a Sven on your team. Sven doesn't really need too much help to free farm this lane anymore, but if you want to bully Seb out of the lane, you definitely can't see Sven do that alone, but the priority may be much more on just giving Arteezy big farming. And Fly's just like, alright.
I think Fly's just going to stack some camps, go for the bounties.
Shaker had to
Seems like it's going to be, again, 3 for EG.
1, 2, 3, yep. Fly got some stacks along the way. There was a Shaker Illusion rune you could have done some stacks with, but it looks like he was prioritized more on those bounty runes at the time. Screw back to the high ground. Save gets back to safety, and things settling down here in the lane stage, but EG, 2k gold lead already. This laning stage has been very favorable for them with the kills they're getting, with the farm they're securing. Sven, Arteezy absolutely free farming, but they've got to be careful. Here comes Ana again in this bottom lane. He's got the Inkswell stun, and 1 or 2 more right clicks might be enough, but the stun immediately dispelled off by the Aphotic Shield, but the Blade Fury allowing him to chase through the Shadow Realm, and the damage from the magic is enough. Ana gets the healing ward in the trees here, so he's healing up, but he's completely trapped and surrounded. He's trying to turn and fight. The healing ward, not enough there, just level 1. And now No-Tail, he needs to be careful himself.
No-Tail is dead. If Earthshaker doesn't have a Fissure, he does.
Got a totem followed up by Fissure. They are looking to turn this one. No-Tail with the Inkswell stun. He's got 1 kill. He's getting a second. This healing ward is causing all kinds of problems. The Stroke of Fate as well. No-Tail with a double kill.
Abaddon had the Aphotic Shield ready.
Oh, he just completely underestimated the damage as well as the Inkswell. The stats
actually huge. No-Tail got 2 kills. Now he's sitting at the 1,000 gold 6 minutes in.
So much for being a 5 position. I mean, he's going to immediately turn that gold just into wards and boots, but still. That healing ward was so underrated as well. I don't even know if they realized the healing ward was there because they killed Ana despite it doing some healing. But it came into play later on for those supports who managed to get the better of the EG aggression. Level 7 Ember Pugna, level 7 himself.
I mean, someone should post this on Reddit. Check the hero. Whose hero is this? If you just cut off the Pugna, Branch and the Whale, TI edition.
Guess the MMR. You would not expect, I mean, this is just a new style of play and build coming out from Topson.
Well, Topson was always a guy who was inventing things in Dota.
Yes. He plays Dota his way, and that's something I think OG have always really liked with players they picked up. When they picked up Ana, it was something they said, it's like, this guy just plays Dota his way. He's not just looking to follow the meta, he's looking to kind of create the way heroes are played. And Topson, he took that to the next level. His Invoker, the Meteor Hammer Invoker, probably the one that he's most well known for, kind of inventing. But here he is with a Naked Veil plus single branch. Although he's now turned that into some brown boots.
Now they should know something is up. Bane.
You'd expect a ward somewhere. The question is, will you find it on this hill?
They have a sentry on the hill, so they know it's not there.
But down bottom, it looks like this is a lane that OG kind of had to vacate a little bit. Can't really spend much time contesting it. And it's just going to be falling back to the jungle, I imagine. Mid lane, Topson, he's been gone on here. He's got the life. And he's trying to get the Willow, but Willow gets out of range for it, so he will end up going down to the Sleight of Fist. Nice attempt by Topson to turn it around. But going for the life drain on a hero that was at such a long range meant that it could be easily broken.
Haste rune at bottom. If Ember Spirit gets that, Bane is just guarding it. He can easily gank the side lane.
Uh-oh, No-Tail. This is not a lane you want to really be in at this point if you're OG, but that's why they send their 5 position down there.
Yeah, that's going to be a free tier 1 tower on the bottom lane.
I mean, his job is just to try and defend this and keep it alive as long as possible using Stroke of Fate, but EG understanding that, punish him and followed up by claiming a tier 1 tower. Arteezy with the last hit. That's almost his Midas complete. 9-minute Midas Phase Boots Wand. Really good timing on his items as top lane. I just found another kill.
RP used, I mean, it's 9-minute mark, you're gonna use it to get a single kill. Same goes for Enigma and the Black Hole. Whenever it's ready, if you can get something happen, you should do it.
No-Tail's here, the scan connected, so looks like Arteezy is looking to come in from behind. They're just gonna go dive for this kill. Sleight of Fist to start with some damage. The Fissure will catch them out a little bit here. Remnant on forward, Arteezy's got the stun, and this should be a dead No-Tail. He goes for one last Stroke of Fate, but won't get a chance to throw it out before he dies. Just being ran at. Haste Rune Ember.
But he's out of mana.
Oh, he jukes it. Sumail with the read. Sees the 2 pump fakes and jukes the actual totem, but that was a dropping and dropping fast. Topson, it's up to him to come in and respond to this one. There is a Fissure. S4 has got the level 6. He can level up the borrowed time, and yeah, he's going to choose to do so. But he's been stunned up, and I think he may just die here if he's not careful. He does have the stun from Arteezy to help him out. Thompson is still looking to chase. Nether Blast is there, but there's no life drain, so...
Raindrop. Yep. And the Bracer will keep him alive. He also has a flask in the backpack, will heal himself fully.
Like
bounty runes spawning.
Oh, bounty rune. That was four
bounties for
runes,
EG.
Okay, and yeah, Anna was not able to get either of those top ones. It was Crit getting both. And unlike last game, this time around it's EG with a much better laning stage. And it's not necessarily entirely off of aggression, although we have seen Arteezy move around the map from top down to bottom to push to mid. But it's very much around also balancing out the aggression with farming. Arteezy with the Midas, the stacks as well in the jungle. They are playing nice and efficient Dota as well. Thompson, he's really deep here.
He's really dead.
Yeah.
Out of the position, trying to make too much happen. EG, 4,000 net worth lead, 11 minutes in. But they have two supports who can't really shove out the waves. These are like two worst heroes.
TP's in. The Blade Fury on. It was just to get himself out of a precarious position. And you know, OG's lineup, you're looking at Empower Jug, you're looking at defending with RP. This is the kind of draft that will play from behind, and all it takes is one team fight to turn this game.
Exactly, but there's this uncontested Sven who has Hand of Midas, level 9. It's going to be a really different game from what Arteezy had in game number 1.
So this is not going to be the Arteezy struggle that we had. Game 1, it was like he knew he had to fight as a gyrocopter, and the fights they were taking weren't working out for them. So he wasn't farming, he wasn't getting kills, but this time around, he's getting kills and he's farming creeps. He's 3-0 and 2, while having stacks to farm and taking over the jungle as well. Sumail also 3-0 and 2 on his Ember Spirit. The EG core duo having a fantastic start here.
You can see what kind of game OG is playing right now. Well, can you? I mean, they don't have a single observer board over the river.
Nick going in on No-Tail here with the grip here. No-Tail is staying alive here. The RP comes just to cancel that grip, although it was about to wear off. Sumail's going to be a little bit careful. Gets caught by the Inkswell stun. Is he going to go for this kill? Has a Sleight of Fist. Cancels the salve. Sumail isn't going to commit for the kill. As Dire lose their courier mid. I believe Tower Shot's just finishing him off, and Sumail has Remnants here. What's he up to? Plenty of mana just to Remnant away, and I don't think they're going to be able to get this kill. Sleight of Fist, Remnant away, and they're going to pop the Shrine. A courier kill, no hero kills.
Yeah, so Arteezy, oh man, it was full Echo Saber. He's actually missing Ogre Axe.
But he's going to have to...
Or it could be a full Echo Saber. Because he might just queue up Ogre Axe for a BKB.
Yeah. That's 4. It's being skewered back towards his tier 1 mid tower. He should be able to maybe bring him down when this borrowed time ends, but I don't think they want to hard commit for this one. They are throwing nukes here. They still want this S4 kill. Anna's gone in with the Blade Fury, but they haven't got the kill, and they're going to be forced to back off. Omni-Slash still available, but if you commit that Omni-Slash aggressively, you're probably dying and unsure if you even get the kill.
I estimate the probability of winning to be above 99%.
No-Tail's confident. I don't know if our friend Dota Plus agrees. He says 39%. Dota Plus thinking things are a bit more EG favored.
60% more, huh?
Yeah. No-Tail's like, I did the math.
OG does not want to take a fight right now. They want to finish the items. They want any item on Seb. He's going for Pipe. And Earthshaker needs 1,000 gold to finish off his Blink Dagger. Right now they're in a really spot where they just want to farm. With the Empower on Jug, get a couple of items.
I mean, this Jug is, just going from neutrals to neutrals. Wants to get that, at least Manta style as a defensive tool. And for EG, you know, you can match this farm. If anything, you can kind of outpace it with the Sven Midas, although the Echo Saber being removed also does make that harder. And Thompson, again, finds a kill on Crit here in the mid lane. This early Veil with the damage amp, causing a lot of problems. Jarek's making a fairly bold move into this enemy jungle, just trying to scout out some of these stacks to see what's going on. Sven's turning this on with the stun though. Have they got any follow-up lockdown? Doesn't look like it. The Bane not quite here, at least not right now. Jerk's charging on forward, has the turn. They're trying to bait out this borrowed time. Echo Slam comes in, doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Barely clips Arteezy, and S4 borrowed times it off here as Arteezy stops the Omni Slash. That saves their lives here. They could still look to turn this one around. Anna goes in with the Healing Ward, but without the Omni Slash on the RP, Crit saves the day. The Healing Ward gets sniped as well by Sumail. He does manage to dodge the stun from the Stormbolt here as Anna goes charging forward here. The Blade Fury damage should be enough with the Omni Slash follow-up. He doesn't even need the Omni Slash. He finds it now. He gets the double kill. Anna playing this fight so incredibly well on the back lines. He's been nightmared up though. Sumail still chasing kill. Looks like Anna's going to be back to safety as Sumail, yeah, he's going to slide a fist down the Pugna. Sumail on a mega kill streak.
Sumail can do whatever he wants in this fight because he has a Baron behind him to back him up with the Aphotic Shield and nice grip from the Bane, but from the high ground. But this is not the target that you want to go for.
It was OG coming out on top of that fight in terms of gold though, even though it was a 3 for 2.
Once Mag uses the RP, you do not want to focus him after that.
It was such a good fear coming out from Dark Willow. If not for that, Anna had an Omni Slash, or even just right clicks on top of the RP. That would have been such a good team fight for OG. Even so, Anna's very happy with the outcome. He got 2 big kills in that fight. Sven and Abaddon. He killed 2 cores. That's why OG got so much gold out of that, despite it being a 2 for 3 trade, numbers favoring EG as far as the kills, total kills go.
Anna has a Diffusal Blade right now, so that's going to help him out to have the extra slow, extra kill potential on whoever. Crit has Yule Scepter. This Dark Willow will be really hard to kill, especially with a Baron on the team.
They have got several nukes that can go through the Shadow Realm. I mean, they have a lot of nukes. I mean, every hero has spells that go through it, in fact. Blade Fury, Stroke of Fate, Fissures, Shockwaves, Nether Blast. But, you know, it's still a Willow. It's still a very pesky, annoying hero. Vlad's picked up by S4, so he's going to be just seeing all those teamfight items coming out from the off-laners. S4's Abaddon and even the Magnus with the hood completed, looking for that fast pipe. Things looking down bottom. Seb could be in some trouble here. Yeah. Yules into Bramble. They pop the God Strength. Instantly the tips come into play.
Yeah, I don't think they needed the God Strength, but still. They're just going to pressure the bottom tower a little bit. These 2 supports from EG, they're not good at killing creeps, but they're really good at killing every single time the ulti is up at a Fiend's Grip, or when you have Bedlam. Now he has a pretty easy setup with Curse Crown into Yule Scepter.
So EG want this tier 1 mid tower, but they lost their creep wave. Instead, we may just see them. He knows there's a ward there. The tower hit should not have reached him, so. The ward gets revealed, but it also expires, so. EG will not find any D-ward money for themselves. A tier 1 mid tower claim, so both teams losing their tier 1 mid. Such a crucial tower and objective to be looking for.
Oh, double damage, Jug, Smoke.
Right into Roshan they go. Do Dire know this? There's I think there's a Radiant Pinks coming out. I don't believe EG actually...
They don't know what's happening.
Yeah. There's such good Radiant vision, and Seb's positioned on the outside of the pit. He wants to be able to, you know, scout here.
Now
he's
they
inside.
know.
Yeah.
But it's going to be too late.
Thompson. He heads himself out. They need to get that Fear in soon. I believe they're going to be a little bit too late here. Can Crit get in on time? He's got a Blade Fury as well if he needs to use it. Anna's trying to get it low. There is going to be a Remnant into the pit. He comes in too late. Anna's already got it. Anna picked up the Aegis, swallows the Roshan kill. And OG want to take this fight. Now they've got an Aegis. They take out the Dark Willow to start the fight. Arteezy comes in the backline, goes on the Pugna, but the problem is he's got no solution for the decrypt. There's no BKB. He's being RP'd now as well. The RP catches out a couple here. Anna charging forward. He's still got Omni Slash, but he doesn't want to commit that on Sumail, but he does once he's burned his mana. He knows there was no fire running out. He burned his mana with the Diffusal Blade. He's killed off 3. S4 now in trouble. No borrowed time available. They're killing him one by one. Jarek tips S4. I think they know this Swede has no escape to the Diffusal Blade slow. S4 is going to be the 4th casualty. Arteezy got RP'd. He does survive, but that's because OG were focusing on the rest of the kills.
It's a really risky play, but I think Dark Willow should have gone for Terrorize inside the Roche pit after that. Tried to use the Bramble to get some vision, but also Sumail went in with the Remnants to get a Roche kill, maybe even get the Aegis, but Ana still has the Aegis. Now they're gonna pick up 4 bounties. Jerax has a Blink Dagger and an ulti. They can still take this fight.
Yeah. It's like, there's bounties that spawn, and I think part of them is like, oh, we're gonna fall back and get bounty runes, but then they're also like, wait, we're really strong right now. Let's take a fight, maybe. Jerax with a Blink Dagger position on the high ground. Stops Fly from entering his own jungle, but it does look like, yeah, they're gonna reset. They're gonna fall back, take some bounty runes.
They should try and take another fight while they're still weak. Or they can wait for Mags, RP, and the Pipe. He just needs to use the courier. 40 seconds until next RP. Do they have another smoke? They do. And also Grimstroke hit the level 10 a couple of minutes ago, so he's good to play this game. I feel like the supports with GPM talents are probably the strongest ones. Like Ogre, Wyvern, Grimstroke.
Yeah. Grimstroke's happy camper with his GPM talent. See Ana take an uncontested tier 2 tower top. Sven doing what he can mid. He's got the Blink Dagger, so not the easiest hero to go find. Arteezy, it feels like the same problem as last game. A very different game overall, but it's this BKB timing of his that just comes a little bit too late. He needed it like for that fight there in order to take a team fight.
Either that or Abaddon needs to take care of him.
Yeah. And again, he can't really defend. He's gone in on the backlines here. He's looking for the Pugna. Can he finish him off? Thompson. He's got a decrypt to help him out. He's got the ward on the high ground as well as a life drain. He's got the double life drain as well with the soul fight. He's healing so much because of this. S4's borrowed time comes up, but Thompson's back to full health. And they've lost the Shaker though, but OG still want to take this fight with the Aegis in hand. Unfortunately for them, EG repositioned on the high ground. The 2-man stun coming out with the Stormhammer, and Arteezy's absolutely deleted 7. The Aegis popping on Ana means he could be in trouble when he comes out of this one. There's no Fiend Script to deal with him. The Omni Slash is there. He's bouncing around. He's not actually going to get the bounce into the 3 heroes. He goes for the Blade Fury TP instead.
They're still chasing. Do they have it? Yes. Yep. There's the Yule Scepter.
And EG, ultra kill for Arteezy. Well, you mentioned he needs Abaddon to take care of him. Arteezy just says, I'll take care of myself. He hits multiple hero stuns with his Stormhammer, catches out the backlines. Really well played team fight by Arteezy.
Yeah, OG positioning in this particular fight was not that good. Also, Jerax got caught before he could get an echo off.
Yeah. The Jug only did 500 damage. That Omni Slash, it was a Abaddon that was, I think, decrypt or something. He just did no damage there. And the other 2 heroes that were nearby were just ever so slightly out of range, so we didn't actually bounce them with the Omni Slash. Not the fight OG were hoping for.
But this is exactly what they needed. EG punished that mistake from OG. Also, there was a really good fear on top of it. It was, I think, 3 or 4-man fear.
And it's a fight where we didn't see the high impact ultis of OG. There was, you know, the
no
RP,
yeah.
The Echo Slam. Jerax was the first to die. Seb never found an RP. Doesn't have Blink Dagger, and it feels like those are tools that they need to find a way to have them come into play in these team fights. As much as it looked good, like Thompson with that double life drain with the Soulbind, healing himself back up to full, it felt like Arteezy's initiation didn't really succeed. It doesn't amount to much when you still can't find an Echo or an RP.
OG can still take this fight.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. They just need to position themselves properly. It feels like it's going to be a smoke. Put a sentry ward. The lanes, bottom lane is not pushed out. Top and middle lane is in a decent spot. But there's a counter smoke from EG.
Yep. It's easy leading the way with that Blink BKB now. So this next fight's with the BKB, and that's where life gets even harder. They've got to protect their... Magnus or Shaker needs to get off a good ultimate. Ideally both. Oh, they see how that ward get planted, I want to say. And yeah, they know exactly where they are. Ana just goes charging in forward, gets the slow from the defusal. The inhibit, as it's called.
If someone asked you what the inhibit is, would you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a item connoisseur when it comes to Dota. No, not really. What's the pipe? Active barrier, that's pipe. But yeah, inhibit's one of those really random ones. What's Veil called? Magic weakness. I did not know that. I just thought you just veil someone, but apparently you use magic weakness on them. smoke is not actually smoke, it's disguise.
Wow. You should stop, guys. I'm feeling really stupid right now.
I didn't know this. I was feeling stupid. I read these, I'm like, what? I just thought the active was called smoke. What's BKB's active called? Avatar? Did you know it's called Avatar? I feel like this has just changed, right? Surely it wasn't. This hasn't always been Avatar.
Soul Ring active called Sacrifice.
Okay.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, smoking. Ana leading the way, finds Fly. He's going to instantly delete him. As Arteezy jumps in the backlines, he gets the 2-man stun, but the RP is there just to come around. The Omni Slash is going to go on through doing some good damage here. Fear looking for the backlines, will catch out a couple. Actually catches out Ana as the Omni Slash wears off, but Arteezy is so incredibly low, looking for a blink out, I imagine. Or even a blink back in. Thompson, he gets killed off by Arteezy Stormhammer. Jug looking for gun down crit here. Ana needs a couple more right clicks, but he's being gripped up now. Skewer is there, cancels the Fiend script. Nicely played by Magnus, keeping him alive, as that's going to force out a Remnant just to escape here. Seb charging on forward. They should be able to at least finish off the Bane here. And Jarex knows that's a dead Bane. He's looking for more. He blinks past, but there's no fresh targets to go for.
I think EG is fine with that. Even though Bane died back there, they still forced the buyback out of Pugna.
Okay.
And I love what Ana did there. He instantly uses Omni Slash on Sven, so he can't take the fight. Even though he popped the God Strength, he was on half HP, can't really come back, especially if Abaddon is not healing him.
They're still going to try and push this one. They pull back the Pugna, but they feel confident. Ana on the front lines is just so tanky with this Skadi Manta style. Just getting a tier 3 tower will allow them to take some shrines as well. Ana goes for the Blade Fury, doing what damage he can with the Nether Blast. He'll actually look to commit onto Arteezy, who doesn't have God Strength still, so some good damage being dealt here with the Siege Creep and the Nether Blast. This tower's down to 260 health. Ana wants back in, he wants to finish this one off, and he's going to succeed.
Healing Ward is ready.
Don't have to force it and go for the Raxay OG. They're going to back off and go for these shrines. Prioritizing that top shrine, the ones near Roshan.
Yeah, Roche will spawn in 30 seconds. That's a quick spawn. They're going to have their ultis up when the Roche spawns.
Yep. Talked about supports with GPM. Dark Willow hits level 15 and gets hers. They're not willing to hard commit for the shrine. They threw some Nether Blast, but Ana did not want to right-click it, as knowing EG have God Strength back up. That was very much the timing. They go for that high ground push. Those 20-30 seconds without God Strength, and as a result, EG could not defend their tier 3. But this Roche fight is going to be so hotly contested. Fighting around Roshan, this is where buybacks really come into play. And Pugna, buyback on cooldown means Thompson has to play this Roche fight incredibly cautiously. Oh, Sumail's just going to go remnanting in. They get the 2-man roots. Is there a fear to follow it up? You betcha. Catches out 2. Jarex is in trouble. He's been taken out by Arteezy. Instantly buys back, but they've also lost N0tail, who does not have a buyback. And Thompson, we talked about his buyback stats. He's dead for 75. This could be EG securing themselves Roshan. Ana's been slept up. Is there a Fiend script? It's on cooldown. It's already been used. Ana's got the Blade Fury.
Ana still has ulti.
Yeah.
Ember Spirit's out of the Remnant.
Yeah, they throw out the RP. That's going to be a nightmare to try and save him. Sumail's out of mana. Sumail's dead, and they're going to lose Sven as well. Ana with a double kill for his team. Only got the 1 kill. Godlike streak on Arteezy is ended, as S4 does not have borrowed time, and the Blade Fury is just going to look to chase him down. Jarex with the stuns. His buyback coming into play there.
They should go straight into Roche Pit. They still have a healing ward.
I'm not angry.
EG, they got way too confident there with Pugna, who had no buyback, Grimstroke as well. But with one good Echo Slam and Ana with ulti, also Ember Spirit had no remnants to fall back to.
They used so much of their control to kill the rest of OG that Ana, he was nightmared up there, but they didn't have any follow-up stuns. Arteezy was either out of mana or just didn't have his Stormhammer up, because Ana, the second that Nightmare wore off, just Blade Fury'd back safely, re-engaged, and destroyed them with the RP.
Yeah, and with the Skadi, this is one of the best items you can get against the Sven.
Yeah.
Also, he's sitting on 40 plus armor on Juggernaut, so Sven can't really focus him down. Almost 3,000 HP.
3,000 plus gold on Jarex as well. He managed to end Arteezy's godlike streak, got 1,300 gold, and he's filthy rich. He did have to buy back, so this is where you have Aegis on OG's side, but you've got to be careful. Earthshaker, Pugna, no buybacks. Ana, though, in the front lines with an Aegis, he is going to be the one that looks to just break the high ground. So even though Ana's got buyback, they still give him the Aegis because of the style of play that we're going to be seeing from OG, where they want to have this Jug. He's the one sieging, he's the one that benefits most from an Aegis.
They could wait for that butterfly and then go siege the high ground. It's a really big item. He's getting close to it. Only needs 1,500 gold to finish it.
As you mentioned, it looks like coming soon. Also, the Jug's 25, so with all this armor on Jug, just doesn't feel like the Sven is going to match up against him. He has got a Bloodthorn queued up on Arteezy, so a way of dealing with some of that evasion, but gotta be careful. Sumail, he's being spotted by this Observer Ward. Are they going to hunt him? Looks like that may be the call. Can they chain stun him? Jerex.
Oh, he was about to blink in and echo, but the blink got cancelled by Slight. Bottom lane is being pushed in.
It looks like they're just going to go back and push this one out.
The one thing I noticed from the yesterday is that a lot of safe lane towers are being killed 20, 25 plus minutes in. Look, OG's tier 1 tower on top still standing. And they just killed a safe lane tower on the bottom.
Yeah, it's just not a priority to play around that part of the map. Here you go, Ana. He gets the butterfly level 24.5. He may wait for level 25 before they go for the high ground push. Aegis still with 3 minutes left on it, so good, healthy window for him to keep on farming for a minute or two if they want to, but Shaker's actually staying up top. OG's laying a trap. They're going to show well, not really showing these heroes, but maybe they're expecting to be scouted up by a ward or something. They're showing the Jug, so I think the expectation is that this top lane is a safe lane to push, but eventually Jerex says...
Jerex was there. There was a huge creep wave. If someone overcommitted, he could have gotten a solo kill.
No one on EG was willing to go for that tower. I think recognizing, you know, this Shaker is not showing on the map. If you don't see Shaker, you can't really go for that push. Even now, they're like hiding in the trees, and Arteezy only blinks out because he's got several teammates, including the Abaddon, behind him to save his life. King's mid though. OG want to go high ground. They see Arteezy's Sven top, and this is where like, well, if they're going to be top, we got to force them back. Keep EG honest. Make sure they don't play out on the map. You want to force them to defend. And EG may just have to give up this Rax. With his use, it looks like they want to try and defend this one. S4, he gets stunned up. He's going to lose his entire mana pool, and the borrowed time forced out as well. So now there's a 50-second window with it on cooldown, and Ana Manta doesn't actually dodge the stun. It finds him afterwards, but he's more than okay with this butterfly Aegis. He's just going to take out this melee Rax uncontested, essentially.
Sven is dealing no damage to him. The mischance from butterfly, and now he's sitting at 50 armor, 49.
And they're just going to swing bottom. They say, let's just do that again, right? If they can't defend mid, what's to say they can defend bottom? But if you're EG, you do not want to go down a second melee Rax. That's where this game gets very difficult to play.
Abaddon needs to be close, but maybe needs to stand a bit further behind because they're just popping his borrowed time every single time the fight starts.
Plus 1
they're
second
going all in.
duration, yeah.
Bloodthorn on Sven.
Wants to be able to deal with this Jug. Jug just hit level 25 though, so an extra second of Omni Slash. Usually you often see that extra health, but I think he just feels tanky enough as it is, and wants that ability to just Omni Slash the Sven. Oh, gets gone with the Bloodthorn, but there's an Instamanta. Ana pops the Blade Fury. He's going to force Arteezy back on the backlines. It was actually the Ember Spirit who initiated it. He's forced to defensively Remnant out of there. He's low in mana though. Sumail's got to be careful. He's bottling back up to try and take this fight. Ana with the Lotus Orb bounces the stun back from the Sven. Aegis lasting for 30 more seconds here. Ana, Nightmare is on him. Anyone to take it off? Doesn't look like it. Seb just throws out an Empower. Sven popping the God Strength here. Is he going to go in?
They use the Bloodthorn on him.
Yeah, he's going to look to take out Ana's first life. Is he even got the damage for it? There we go. They pop the Aegis. That Aegis was expiring in 15 seconds anyways. Can they take this fight? Now Ana immediately Blade Furies on the backlines. They've lost crit though. That's the big kill. They were looking maybe for a Dark Willow Terrorize onto Ana. Instead he's going to be forced to buy back. Ana with the Lotus Orb still in the front lines here. Arteezy can't really throw out that stun unless he's willing to commit a BKB. Does Ana go for this melee Rax or do OG play it safe?
He's bringing something on Jug. All right, they're giving him cheese.
Yeah.
He's making
You've got to burst
this
him
Lotus
now.
Orb is doing God's work because Sven can't really throw
He's
a
out
stun.
of mana. Sven, he's down to 150 mana. He can't actually take this fight. Even if they don't kill him, Arteezy's forced back to the Fountain. So I think OG may try and take this Rax. The problem is no one can really wake him up. If Magnus wakes him up, he probably dies for it. So you let Ana take the Rax here. He's got Blade Fury if you want to use it now, but Seb hiding in the trees. He gets the RP on the back line. This Hura in forward. They're going to throw it on Omnislash. Arteezy does get the BKB up, but he's dying to this Omnislash. Arteezy's been bashed up as well. It's a dieback. He's beyond godlike. And it absolutely destroys them on the back line. Sumail, he's trying to do what he can. He's gone in 1 versus 3. He's lost his Willow. That's a dieback from Crit as well. And Sumail is in all sorts of trouble. EG running out of lives. They're just all dead. They're so bound up. 2 of them linked together. The Skewer are going to push them as well. And it looks like EG, they're down to their last lives here. They buy back on the Ember Spirit. S4 gets taken out as well. He's got no buyback. Jerix is invis in the backline with the Shadow Blade. He stuns up Sumail once, gets the second stun as well. That's an instant dieback from him, and I think this is GG. EG have been 2-0'd by their nemesis. OG take them out once again. It's a bit of deja vu from the last time these 2 teams met at TI.
OG's understanding of the game can be shown in this series. Sums it up, the way they're playing the map, the warding, everything. You see, they're playing so passively early on because they have a mag. They're just building the items. All they need is one good fight with an RP, with the good Shaker ulti, and this Juggernaut is getting out of control. Sven can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the OG that fans love to see him play. This is the OG that dominated the DPC many years ago when they're winning majors. This is the OG that won TI last year. They are back looking to try and win a second TI. And right now, they've beaten one of the tougher opponents in their group. I mean, we say that, but EG themselves only picking up 1 win in 3 series so far. EG
1-5. It's looking rough for EG.
Yeah. There's still a lot of games for EG, but they need to start getting some wins and start getting them soon if they want to find themselves in the winner bracket, because that's really what the key thing you're playing for in this group stage.
Well, I don't think they're looking for a winner bracket. I mean, they're looking for them not get eliminated, right? I think that's the mentality. I'm not even kidding. It's really tough. 1-5 in 3 series.
Well, EG have some soul searching to do. They've got to, make some adjustments, figure out what's going to work for them. OG, meanwhile, a 2-0 win. And with that, we're going to go to a break. Before our next series starts, I believe we've got LGD versus Newbie. All right, sounds like a great one. Stick around, guys. More Dota 2 coming up.
Drawn up here from no one.
Yeah. It's so interesting because even though it feels like Medusa late game, it should just kind of be in the bag, it also has that feeling in this game like it could go either way just based off of a couple of poorly taken fights.
It's a Slark thing, too.
Yeah.
Slark has some pretty good options, even though the Medusa was picked after, unless I'm crazy. Yeah, definitely was, because that was a first phase Slark. It is one of those like big meatbag heroes where you just get a stupid amount of stats off of her. Like if she gets caught in a bad spot during the fight, and that she's like quickly focused down.
Right.
She like starts losing all her mana, and then she just like sits there for another 10 seconds while being right-clicked. Yeah, it's like, oh my god, this is awful.
Like 40 stacks or something on this Slark.
Yeah.
Also, Pasha building into that. So impressed afterwards. Wants to give his more attack speed to the Slark. As well as, of course, just the armor. Jump forward, lift now onto 1. It's like Solo. As normal, be the sacrificial lamb.
That was the smoke, though, which Solo's, of course,
Are they walking up this hill? Dude, they're crazy. 4 hero silence. All right, Burrow strike. Let's get out of here. How do you just walk up that hill like that?
Trying to force a buyback.
Yeah.
They have faith. It was a little clumpy. I'll give you that. That seemed a little wild. Maybe Yang should be back a little.
You know the thing about that, though, is it's like they don't
Strength
really,
in numbers,
well,
herd mentality.
They also don't really have a big AoE stun, though. You know what I mean?
It's true, but they have that giant silence.
X, Jace, Force Staff keeps him alive. Still, people doing some tap dancing around the Roche pit.
Yeah, Roger got that reach on X, the talent and the Aether ones.
Oh, right.
Now this is a game where you would think that VG should have an edge right now because of the boots of travel on Paparazzi. He's missing a TP. I'm not sure if it's on cooldown or not, but that bottom lane is just like so tempting right now if you're VG because you want that pushing into that tier 3 because then you get the information of who's back for Virtus Pro, who is to defend it, and that's a huge edge that they are not punishing right now for VG game. Like they need a TP right now, Paparazzi. It's like you're missing out on so much because he hasn't used his bots in like forever.
Yeah, he's gonna run down south to try and push it out. It looks like. Side choppers along the way. Or just, keep the lanes on.
Well, you don't want to miss any last hits here. Hold
That's
on.
fair.
All the creeps before they meet each other, you go get your TP scroll. You see, this guy's got the big. He's out of there. Get a TP scroll, Paparazzi. Trying to start a Roche fight here. All right.
But I guess the other thing is he might want to keep the TP boots to get in closer to the pit. So it's kind of a long walk around from the shrine.
Yeah, but you still have to get the TP. Okay. There we go. All right, he's got two. They were on the courier. All right, we're all good now. Get that bottom lane, please. It needs to be pushing in. They have a. Am I crazy? Are there bots on the Radiant? There's no bots, right? Yeah, like you've got this big advantage right now in the TP situation.
Oh,
Looks like they
yeah.
want to smoke up though, go for a fight as they head up towards the north. Ori there, jump forward, burrow strike, already catching Shadow Shaman. That's a great target to take out at the beginning. The lift up onto Slark afterwards. Can they keep him chain stun? BKB and TP out. So Ramses makes his escape.
Yeah. Good force there. And Pasha was too far away to go for any sort of save onto the Shadow Shaman. He just dug. Oh, it doesn't show. So people have been digging. Now we know.
I can't believe that if Ogre gets that Fire Blast off, I think Ramses actually just dies.
If he, yeah, potentially.
Because they've got, I think, enough chain stun there. Maybe
They had just used quite a few of them.
Receive my
That's
set.
really right. It's fortunate for VP that they found Roger first, that's for sure.
Paparazzi, the rest of Vici are going to hold this high ground now. This game of capture the flag is going to go their direction. Holding the hill. And taking this tier 2 tower as well. Bottom lane still not pushing in too significantly, but it is still on VP's side of the map. While Paparazzi clears through that tower.
Yeah, now, he cancels his bots. Paparazzi got scared.
We did just hit level 20 on the Death Prophet 2, so that 500 health talent. Very nifty.
That is pretty nice. Yeah, she's up to 3,700 HP, man. That is crazy. With Ags, BKB.
Yeah, she's super stacked.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Where did HP go? Am I crazy? Did I not just see 3,600? All right,
Tread
all right.
swapping.
Yeah, but I mean, that doesn't pop you up.
No, it's true.
700. I must have been looking at something else.
Well, she's still at, what, 3,100 or something? I feel like my brain is there.
Some dyscalculia happening here, I think, in my brain.
So Vici. Ramses.
Oh, it was Pasha.
There you go. That's
It was
fine.
Heavenly Grace. I was like, man, am I insane? What just happened?
I mean, that makes even more sense, though, right? Like, if Heavenly Grace is cast on her.
Yeah, she's just like super stacked right now. Don't worry, guys. I'm okay. I'm getting there. It's only game 2. Great start.
You can see, though, Ori right now on this Hindu
Jeez,
stuff.
how about Yang? Look at this.
That's
18k magic damage, man. This guy, team on the back. He does have the veil, of course, helping to amp that up significantly. But there she is, the butterfly on the Medusa. Not a great fight now for Ramses. Right? He just lost like so much effective damage on her.
Look at this move. Dude,
Yeah,
they're
the
just
smoke
going
in
into the
the
pit. Oh my god, if this works, dude, did
it's
Vici
working.
realize? Vici need to get there. They've got to get there so fast. Dude, they're not realizing it. The sneaking
that
of
was
the
pretty
Roche.
bold. Well, the funny thing is, this is just first Roche. I mean, this is even like cheese. I mean, obviously it's good, but it's nothing game-breaking, frankly.
No, it's not. It's true.
If anything, it's kind of like, okay, exorcism's down, guys. If they notice that.
That's a good point. Yeah, they see the exorcism. That is for
They're,
sure.
they're kind of down to fight right now. They're like, yeah, all right.
I mean, it's a little crazy, right? Just running right in after they get Aegis.
Here's the thing. What if Ori had that, though? You got problems.
Yes.
I don't think you can kill Ori twice. I think killing Ori once is going to be very difficult. Mind you, they've done it 5 times, so... Of course, that was a long time ago, with a much smaller stake.
I've just got the Mystic Snakes through that as well. Almost at that level 25 mark.
Yeah, I think she's going to be the first one to crack into it because Paparazzi's not going to using his blocks that much.
Does have that Octarine core completed for Lesh. Does Nova damage and getting closer to that 25 with the Edict.
Mega kill.
It's pretty hard to deal with. All of the Edict explosions. But again, BG just feel like they're comfortable farming away right now. 9,000, 10,000 gold lead. And now with Exorcism probably going to be coming off cooldown in a little while. Still got about 50 seconds. It seems unlikely that BG would want to try and force a fight. Instead, we're probably going to be waiting. I mean, could Virtus Pro do something like that?
Yeah, they can definitely try and force a fight. They're waiting on a BKB for Roger. They're giving him all the mid lane farm right now because they want to try and move out the map with that. And they're probably going to try and bait Ramses a little bit.
You can see here the difference in the two offlaners and how they function. Yang much more about getting kills, and Pasha's just, I'm going to help my team.
I mean, 4K hero damage is disappointing for anyone. Though.
It is.
That's like,
I mean, but how do you do damage as an Omni?
I don't know.
Like, that's the thing. I think about this hero is that it's much more. This is sort of like, you know, what the Morphling was last game. You're putting it all on the back of Ramses. It feels like, and him getting super farms.
Man, he got that MKB fast. Okay.
He sold the Midas.
Yeah, that explains it, eh? Very much needed. And here we go, 25 now. So he'll be matching the Medusa. Medusa's got the plus 1,000 mana, and she does not have any modifiers to make use of it.
He took the Essence Shift duration.
Against Medusa, 100. I think most games take that anyway, but against the Medusa, so. And the Ogre.
This is looking like it could be one of those games that goes to this stuff.
You know, I just realized that UI ended up I'm really depressed. We didn't get to see what his choice was.
That's fair enough.
Now we have to hope that he gets a 20 this game. Because now he's got the Medusa, which is kind of simple.
Alright. Cease's mana just goes so quickly. Grace, take it off.
Poking and prodding here. Oh, okay. Big pokes onto no one.
No one. No one.
He is some tanky, though.
Pops the BKB. Paparazzi runs away. The slowdown. Everybody is silenced. The chase continuing to come. But they won't be able to find anything else out of that BKB. And in fact, if the team aren't careful, they might get caught. Two-person Burrow Strike again, taken off. Ramses completely out of mana here. He's in trouble, but does have that Aegis. So even if he goes down, it might not be for long. And Paparazzi actually caught in the ward trap. Has to Yule Scepter. Can they keep him alive? Another round of Burrow Strike. Paparazzi force staff keeps him alive. The buyback coming. And a good save there by no one. But is it going to be long enough? No, they managed to find the kill. Fade with the Fade Bolt from the other side of the map dang near. And DY jumps to the side with the force staff. Oh, that man's on skates. And the chase forward for more. The Chain Frost, not quite enough. Ramses, does he get brought down? No, he's going to be able to walk away. But Ori plays clean up with the rest. Oh, no, the turnaround Fade. He made it happen.
Oh, the regen rune. It was within his grasp.
And Pasha caught to the side. Burrow Strike, no, can't get him.
Had no Burrow, had no Yules. Nothing left in the tank there for BG to stop those. But that was the big fight that these teams have been dancing around for so long.
10,000 damage done by Ori. That is the strength of Medusa. No buybacks on any of the VP heroes, just even through the Aegis when it was looking like Virtus Pro was starting to turn it in. GG.
They know the general direction, so they'll be able to clip him and clear the...
Ooh. They're actually bringing more heroes now. Can they actually get a follow-up? They actually won't. The quick TP out.
Okay, I mean, at least for that, he won't be able to farm the wards.
Jabs is chilling. Jabs is hunting for an arrow.
He's a little too speedy with that fiery soul. He's got the movement speed to get himself away and out of harm's.
He got the small camp, though. He got a small camp. Yeah, he got one of the creeps.
There we go. That's a little bit of gold. That's a win.
Both sides, both offlaners building up those solar crests to buff up their carries. Medusa and Gyrocopter, of course. Tends to be the item we see picked up on most offlaners. There's a smoke coming out. So they have BKB on Jabs, and they have some wards. Looks like they want to start to get down with this movement.
Too big to lead the way, but there is 4 mid, and 33 does have a Ravage.
Yarrow
Arrow.
connects onto Ace. He's got Aegis though, and they have their double BKBs.
So then there's a smoke coming their way as well.
Yeah, Fada also is picking up his BKB off the courier at base. The Moonlight to disengage.
They're still chasing with the remainder of that smoke. Bounty Room will be picked up. Ace go for the cooldown. He'll get it straight on the 3 of them. Arbed stepping forward. Ace pots the BKB. Arbed's in close range though, so the Skadi slow will affect Ace. As he gets the hits out, Ace getting pretty low. 33 backing off, still holding on to the Ravage as Jabs pot the BKB. Leads forward, and with that Maelstrom damage, he'll do it. Take down Ace the once.
Very bad place for an IP to try to take a fight. Walking into a high ground versus a Medusa near the shrine as well. No way they can try to take that fight. And we saw there how powerful the Skadi slow really is. That 45
But by looking at it, this Medusa's a massive issue.
Yeah, they need to have some really successful fight for NIP, and they need, in particular, Ace to get he needs to get some cleanup kills after this Ags. Get a Maelstrom into an MKB very quickly to be able to deal with this Medusa. Maybe you can just skip some Maelstrom in this one, just goes for MKB.
I think you
into
do
the other ones.
when you see that butterfly come out.
Yeah,
I think that might be the case.
Yeah, he might just have to be a little bit more like just single target oriented with his just straight right-click build rather than being able to farm a little bit faster with Maelstrom. But we'll see, as Fnatic, they might not even allow more time because I think they're feeling that big peak timing right now for themselves as them rallying around Abed.
The sample saw.
Arbed might be calling for just a little bit of farming time to finish off the butterfly.
They adapted this time.
Looks like it's
They're
gonna be
the
an
ones to
MKB actually
change
for
up the
Fada,
game.
so he's also going to
Chris
be
Luck
transitioning to a right.
forgets about split pushing and joins it.
because he's assuming that he won't have webs in that area anyways. And because he's making his way across, I'd like to see him have it anyways.
As his axe is done, he's going to stick to
But
the
this bottom
Maelstrom.
fight, that was so lucky. How many times he got on top of Crystallize? He just
Soul
served
stacks
up
being
his
taken
kill
by the Linus
for his
going
brood
through
on a
that
platter.
right-click build. And Fnatic still kind of sticking
Lucky for Navi,
inside
though,
of
they
the
didn't lose
NIP
the
jungle
gem,
because they're
which
still
would've
feeling
been even
very
bigger for them.
powerful,
But
as we would say.
losing 3 heroes like that, they might actually be forced to use the buyback on the Alk, which then puts them in such a weird position. They're gonna go for the top racks. Look at it just fall.
It's gonna fall so fast, and that's the way they've gotta drop this golem and see if they can deal with the Spider Leaks. The Spider Leaks actually
They have no glyph cap.
Oh no, no!
You've got to buy that
Crystallize.
Crystallize.
The buyback, it's only 25 seconds for his death
Yeah.
timer, but 25
they know
seconds
that
is
once
too
Abed has the
long.
butterfly,
Chris Luck, they gotta
Fnatic
force him back.
is
He tries to go
in
for the
a
spike
position
carries done, and he
to
gets
try
it
and
onto
close it for
Crystallize.
Rex,
Now the
close it for
disruption.
Gang.
The
They're
Spider
all
Leaks
in
gonna
for the
be done.
Rex.
They are gonna try to all in for the Megas right now as Hector's trying to finish out that melee.
seeing
He does
people
manage to
splitting
get
away,
it.
right?
Now the
They're
range,
seeing the
it's
Medusa, they
so low.
see her
Chris
on
Luck
top,
goes back
but
up
they
to the
had
top
seen
lane.
some
He's
heroes.
trying to deal with Zyx right now. Pops his BKB. Buildings. That's what Chris Luck needs to go for. Range
I
rise.
can't- they're gonna get it.
Did he
Mid.
try to open
Hector,
up?
he seizes the opportunity. One swing is
Shield
all
as
it
well.
takes to be able
Moonlight
to
Shadow
get the
comes
Megas,
out
and
straight
no
away,
one
making it much
from
harder for
Infamous
NIP
will
to
get
find some
caught
sort of ground
except for
scans
the
out. They
Broodmother
know
who
exactly
has
where
his
NIP are.
buyback.
Infamous actually has Mega Creeps right now.
They have Megas.
They're up 5K.
They're up against
How-
an Alchemist
how is
lineup.
Navi losing this game?
Infamous does it again.
They're just gonna go for it right now.
I mean, they have no other option.
But they use the buyback with 20 seconds left. I actually think Crystallize had to use it earlier or not at all.
Yes.
He made the worst of the two decisions
Yes.
because by waiting in that position, he forces his team to go all in anyways. Because if he dies once, the game just ends.
Yeah.
And he also put his team into a position where he wasn't up there fast enough where he could pressure the people hitting the racks.
Yep.
So by holding the buyback, he put himself in such a rough position, and they're going to continue to go for the split push right now.
Dude, look at this. Yeah, like they know the pressure is there, but Crystallize is saying we have to go for the
They're
throne.
all in for the
We
throne.
have the death, so I'm the raid boss. They couldn't find me before. Maybe with this full-on 5-man fight inside their base, Infamous, they're finally going to be forced to do something here. They can't go for split push anymore. They can't go for the throne themselves. They have to be able to win one fight against Navi, and they can win this series. But Crystallize with a BKB is ripping through the throne with that Desolator.
He's going for it. He's got it.
He's got the chain stuck. The Shallow
He's
Grave
got
to
it.
keep him alive. Plus, he's trying to finish up.
Oh
and
my
get it.
God.
Navi! They get mega, but it doesn't matter.
And Hector actually came back too late. He thought he had better timing. He thought of going for the throw.
Just the sheer display.
They have no damage. It's game. It's game over. This game is impossible for NIP. They cannot kill the Deucer. They never pressured her. Game is over and done.
They're spraying outside the fountain.
Yeah.
Giving them the loser.
There we go. We love it. We love it, ladies and gentlemen. We love the BM.
Yeah, this
it
was
makes it exciting.
Such a good last pick Medusa, and like you said, the Tide.
Great last pick Medusa. Not a very good fourth pick Tide. I'll be honest. The Tide pick didn't do anything this game. It really didn't. They picked it into an Abaddon, and the Abaddon Deucer combo together. It's pretty much sealed the deal. It's 15k lead. It won't be game over yet. NIP will hold on, but they're now 2 melee racks down. And range Rex as well, pretty much gone on the top lane.
And they can't even hurt.
But they can't hurt Medusa. I don't know how Fnatic can lose this game. But then again, we've seen some crazy matches happen in the history of Dota 2. So maybe there's a world where Fnatic lose it. But I can't even envision that world. This Deucer is so damn huge.
Yeah,
and they can't hurt him.
And she's gonna Aegis or Cheese or both.
Mate.
Yeah, not seeing a way for them. This might be the last resort. The smoke, try to catch them around that Roche. Can you get something? Pretty much, I mean, even if it's something perfect, I don't think you're gonna be able to get anything. As Abed just walks out, he's looking for the fight.
He wants the fight.
Snake bounces, hits the Lina. Lina's at half mana.
He wants to steal another Rampage.
Uh-oh. Yeah, they're just walking forward.
Yeah, they found people on the other side. Abed's able to just walk around.
Rampage
Rampage is out. But what's he gonna do? It does kill a support. That's going to be about it, though. Abed sending out the snakes, moving in onto 33. As it does go to BKB and TP out of there, he knows that this is not a fight they can take. PPD will be separated and surrounded by DJ and Tubu. As PPD dies, Fnatic can head over into the pit. Take the Roche, take the Aegis, take the Cheese. As things continue to look very plain and simple for Fnatic to close up this game too.
Yep, you saw the Ravage hits 3. It looks pretty decent. They get a kill on the Shadow Demon.
I think that's it. We see what a few ravages, it kills a Shadow Demon. That's all 33 is able to do this game.
Yeah, I mean, Ice just pops his ult, shields somebody, they pop Mech, they pop Greaves as well as the pipe, and then nobody else has any more damage, and they just kind of have to disengage instantly. As I mean, this one is a very clear-cut, nice strategy.
How do I see the Dota Plus prediction thing again? Oh, what's the I don't want to pause the game. I pressed the wrong one.
I'm not gonna.
It's like
it's not 9.
Not
F9.
Don't press F9.
Try 8 or 7.
Oh, I'll try 8.
Do it.
Whoa!
There you go.
99%. I'm surprised it's not 100.
Can it be 100?
It can. We have seen it be 100 in the past.
This one does feel like that though. Yeah. As it's a full Daedalus now on Abed 2. They just walk up onto the high ground with the 2 tanky frontliners. Fada's TPing in the back. He's trying to catch the back lines. As PPD dies to Jabs. Wise back immediately. Fada in the back. He's looking for Dubu. He'll find Dubu.
I mean, Dubu's, he's sort of taken one for the team in these fights. He keeps being the one to fall. But everyone else is getting shredded by Abed. As we have yet to see Abed's HP really drop by even 1%. GG is finally called. They know that this game's impossible. As Fnatic will be able to take game 2 in this 2-game series, ending at 1-1. Between themselves and NIP. In the second game, I think the draft was great from Fnatic, the play as well. It worked really smoothly. And I think definitely mistakes from NIP with some of these hero picks.
Yeah.
I really feel we are seeing again here why Tide is not necessarily the hero to go for if there's an Abaddon in the game.
If there's an Abaddon in the game, for sure. It does seem like...
You just can't do anything with a Rabbit. You can't make plays with a Rabbit.
I think it also just was a genius last pick Medusa. I think maybe versus the Abaddon sometimes Tide can work, but if it's a crowded around a Medusa, you just can never get opportunity.
Landfills for material use as engineering field, okay?
They didn't let NIP pretty much actually get into the jungle at all. I kept saying, we need to find a time for NIP to get a ward in the jungle, and they couldn't do so because of Fnatic's aggression.
I got Jabs as well, great play on his Mirana, the carry Mirana.
Yeah,
there's something that can really fall flat in his face, but with this sort of lineup around the setups we saw, being able to play, make moves with DJ and Dubu, he ends the game 12-1-8. Nearly getting a Rampage as well. But Abed stealing the show from Jabs in that moment in time. But hey, does the job, and Abed, he can sort of be allowed to do what he wants that game, as he's this just indestructible Medusa that carries Fnatic through that late game portion, or the later point of the game at least.
Very good.
He did. He hit those creeps. He made the most of his space. Now Abed will say I carried that, but indeed, watching the game, it really was the rest of his team making so much space for Abed to have a very easy game. And an easy game it was for Fnatic. They take the second second game of the series. It ends 1-1 between themselves and NIP. As we will be back very shortly for the next series on the stream, which is Find Out after the break.
It's plastic. Just put this Ah, oh, ah.
First blood kill. We saw him yesterday struggling, especially with the D-warding. He bought like 5 sentries to get those 2 wards. With Aura, they're going to have Ring of Bastion,
which is
so
the percentage
pretty much
size distribution across all the range. Okay, we plotted on the, I don't know if you remembered it, on a chart called particle size distribution chart. The chart is defined by Australia Standard Code Practice. All right, I'm sure you, some of you may be able to recall. Just a quick few important points here, just make sure we are memory still fresh. Soil are formed from physical and chemical weathering. That's the orange of weathering of rock. It's the orange of soil. Okay, for engineering purposes, we classify, we say the soil, the dirt coming from weathering of rock. Even millions of years weathering exposed to the atmosphere, exposed to weather, a rock eventually turned to clay, sands, okay, or gravels. Particle size is used to distinguish various soil textures such as gravel.
So it was awful. I'm so mad at that.
The 1 stack.
They're getting harassed on the top lane a lot. The Warlock also is now level 2.
Yeah,
with the Bloodlust, it's just constant right clicks
as well. So she's all over the pubs round there in that position 4 role.
I think this is the first Mirana game that you and I have cast.
It is.
We haven't got to see it yet, but I'm excited to watch it. The other thing, though, is this Sven Ancient Apparition.
this one or like the Wraith King. Those are the two that you always think of as a good answer.
My boy CK, not getting the love anymore.
It's true.
Still pretty good, though.
But to me, I wonder if this is their thought, like, this is our answer to Ogre in particular.
Yep.
Like, is it enough of an answer? Though?
Yeah,
like,
it's
kill
kill
him?
threat. Yeah, it can definitely. I think Sven's a little bit questionable, maybe, but it should be enough, I think, over and over, right? But you know, it is an Ogre. But yeah, I think that's very killable, especially depending on the position for. Probably you want someone who's a little bit rotatable in the earlier parts of this game. So the Mirana, as we take some time with these second phase bans, you guys might have been hearing about it, might have been seeing it, talking to some players and whatnot about it, and because I'm sure you guys are like me and you just can't stand having a position for Mirana because they suck and they miss all their arrows. But it turns out these pro players like to set things up with stuns first.
Right.
And they're also very good at abusing, like, okay, I know this guy's going to go for this range creep. I know he's going to stand there and last hit it, so I'm going to chuck this arrow, and they, you know, put the higher percentage plays in. But the 10 limit on sentries is pretty frustrating to play with now with the Mirana too. It's one of those things where you're trying to de-ward, but you're also trying to cover all these areas. So the Moonlight Shadow is a really good saving mechanism from a support, and she just she can snowball your team really fast with all those kills with the arrow.
And there's all these other heroes that become more enabled too. Like, you think about something like maybe a Faceless Void. Oh yeah, an OD is a great example. But I think of like a Faceless Void, just Chronosphere, and then you've got the arrow set up to where, you know, normally you wouldn't be able to find a kill with that level 6 Chrono on an offlaner, but with a Mirana you can. Just by having that long range arrow to land after the Chronosphere wears off. But we do have a 5th ban now coming out from Alliance, having already taken Ember Spirit away.
Yeah, there it goes.
A lot of mid laners gone.
Yeah, I like the OD ban. I think that was by far the best pick right here. They can still pick Bane 5, which is pretty hype, versus Sven, I think, right? I mean, you have... If Bane looks good versus this next hero, I am all in on the Bane. The only downside is that there could be like a Rubik after, which is fairly strong versus like Ogre Mirana, and then you can just play it 4 for Target because he needs a hero anyway.
Yeah. Do you think you need to draft some save now for Alliance against the arrow, like an Omni Knight or an Abba or something?
Right, like that classic strong Dispel where you just go for like the Aphotic Shield or the Heavens of Grace. I don't think you have to. It is definitely good. I think it's best out of the 5. I don't particularly like it. I mean, we just saw the Omni Knight. I'm not really into it, frankly. I think if it was that strong versus it, you'd probably see people ban it when they pick the Mirana. I don't think it like completely destroys the hero or anything.
I mean, I guess that's part of the reason why they maybe take the Oracle away. It's one of those heroes that can kind of cause the same type of save where you just Fate's Edict somebody when they get arrowed, and at least the magical damage will be taken away at that point.
Finally, we make a decision here. It's the tree. Okay.
That's save.
Treant Protector. Yeah, that is true. It is an interesting type of save. It is definitely like some single target stuff here. They have the Ignite to burn through it, but nothing too bad here.
Oh my god, this game is going to go for like 70 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, that is something. Treant Protector. Tree's an interesting one. He can really snowball a game a surprising amount because you don't necessarily think of it as a snowball hero, but what happens is if you get a little bit of an edge and you start playing aggressively with this hero, you can just scout out their entire jungle. You start putting some wards down, you create a lot of kill opportunities, and you also enable diving under towers. Like the old classic was the Goblak, where he would pick Abba, Treant, and Weaver. And with those 3 heroes, and you just like put on Living Armor, you put on the Aphotic Shield, you just dive around and keep killing them.
Whoa. I've been waiting for this hero. This one is really cool.
That's really scary.
Is this a safe lane Bristleback, do you think, or are they going to put Ogre 5?
I think Ogre just became 5, and this is probably going to be a Cuckoo Bristleback.
Okay.
This is the Sea Dotes, right? I mean, I think Genespris kind of proved that this hero's busted when they were playing it for Forev, and ended up being like... Speaking of Forev, we got Bristle and Timbersaw, his 2 heroes.
So,
yeah, I guess the question is, like, do you want to make the... Yeah, I think... Never mind. I was thinking, like, is there an IO play here? I don't think there's an IO play here, though. As tempting as it is. They're going to go back for the Batrider.
What is this draft?
It's good versus the Timber, because you can put it mid. So then, now they're creating, like, weird laning scenarios. And Batrider is also really good versus Sven. So, TNC are doing some TNC Dota. They're creating a lot of really weird lanes right now.
There's some really interesting interactions here, too, with the tree respawn. Timbersaw, obviously, it's amazing for him because now you can like just chakra him down a wave, throw the chain, and then all the trees just regrow past you.
And frankly, that talent's just better on Treant now.
Yeah.
I mean, It's just it kind of was with the change to Nature's Guides, with the way that you can like run over them and stuff. It just became even better. And like I think people have realized the 90 damage is just like worthless. It's like you already punch hard as Treant and you're not punching anybody.
Well, and so the Batrider too, though, also the same type of thing with the Firefly, tearing down trees and then they come back right behind. He
Yeah, it's actually bad.
Get away against
Yeah,
him.
he can actually escape.
It's a very interesting pick. God, what a strange draft. I haven't seen anything like this in the rest of the TI qualifiers so far. There hasn't been another draft like this that I've seen.
Actually, we
Okay,
did
I
have
miss
that
one?
infamous draft, I believe, where we had a Pudge. I think it was infamous, right? Didn't we have a Pudge?
We had a Pudge Silencer offlane.
Pudge, Venomancer, and something else, Tricor. It was like 3 weird heroes.
Yes.
That was the weirdest draft we've had. I think this is better than or
Well, I
like more
agree.
standard.
But I'm just saying that like I haven't seen a Timber Saw yet. I don't think
Mhm.
I haven't seen a Bristleback yet. I don't think I've seen a tree. Zayat's probably played on Navi in one of the games that we weren't able to catch.
Yep.
Talk about setup for things. So you're talking about the Mirana Arrow. Also, Treant Protector setting up for AA blasts.
Yep.
Keep our eyes on.
Yeah, not the most like classic support combo you think with the Treant. We always go to like the Phoenix being the big EG strat, classic one there. Is they will ban the Leshrac, just a good hero versus Timbersaw. Give an option to kill him. There's also still the Skyrath Mage, but I don't think they could work that in here. I think they'd be missing out on like tower pressure and stuff, but it's like so good versus Timber with a lasso too. Just like dead.
What roles do they want? Like,
At this point, alright, so you have to make your next pick here. You got a minute. So Ogre 5, Mirana 4. That's our big guarantee. If you put the Batrider mid, they're gonna put some just like standard mid hero mid, like Alina or something, who will do well versus the Batrider and like ruin his game. So I think that has to go to Cuckoo. And now this Bristle is going to be safe lane, which is
but
why
that
they
against
went for the.
Timbersaw is not great either.
I think that's why they took the Timber.
But they picked Timber before Bat.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But the Bat's still good versus the Sven, right? Like playing in tandem with the Mirana, you can still at least like stop kills and stuff. Because like you can't, if you have like 2 or 3 stacks of sticky, they don't have any way to dispel it. You can't follow up a stun and AA cold feet when you're hit by like 4 stickies.
This is
Just
one of
don't
those
do enough
moments too that it feels so scary going to lane, because if you get the wrong lane setup, all of a sudden your game could be really hurt as Bristleback.
So I think this is the mid hero.
All sand. So we find what got merged
It had to be
all the
burst damage,
gaps
why I kind of like the Lina.
filled by water with the
Queen
crunching
has the
all
lots of
these
instances,
numbers.
So living armor's not quite as good. She has the damage through the BKB. She doesn't have a stun though, to like try and chain stun down onto the Timbersaw, which is why I kind of like the Lina.
Okay. You're gonna forget something. It was all Agnew, and Grand Soils. Now give me example of a cost Grand Soils in my hand. If I feel a bit of a grit in my hand,
so does
it's
Gabby.
gotta
They
be
both have played
more
mid,
than
so
0
the
point.
TNC
That
have all
is,
these
if you
options
be for engineering purpose, okay. If you put your fire, you're gonna substitute from ability. See, we know what gravel.
Okay, and Alliance gonna pick that last sort of stalwart
Bravo.
face in the mid lane of the Death Prophet now.
Sad.
Okay, so it will be Gabby indeed on the Bristle, and Ramel on his Queen of Pain.
Oh,
They
it is.
have the,
Okay, this is so class.
I guess they don't want to get blind either.
These are more or less, but we it doesn't drink Pandora
I think
guys,
Armel, I think
and whether it's the
or his Tinker. He's a really good Tinker too.
Isn't his Twitter name Handsome Armel?
I hope so.
I think it is,
I mean, it adds up.
which I like. It's pretty great. All right, well, Koikva going to be playing the Death Prophet, the last pick there. Some save again from the Treant Protector. I'm really curious how this hero is going to function in this game. It feels bizarre to me. And of course, Cuckoo playing on the Batrider. It's been one of his most consistent offlaners that he's been playing recently.
Yeah, it's probably his best hero, I think.
If it's not a mid hero.
I think the silence is indeed strong from Koikva because you're like, get the Bristle back, and he doesn't really build Dispel because he wants to build just Pipe and Crimson Guard.
Yeah.
Pretty much every game when you play the Bristleback. And you have the percent-based damage too, try and help out get through that big HP pool, but they also don't have that much lockdown. Like I feel like it's kind of hard. It's always difficult to make Bristleback like not get the back towards you unless you have the Axe or the Legion Commander or something with the good taunts. Wow, 11-0 and 11 on his previous match. Way to go, Boxy. Slaying it.
You know, the one thing I will mention is Bristleback, if he gets some early points in goo, that's a pretty good answer to the Timbersaw.
just bringing that armor down, and suddenly his damage is going to do so much more because you can like put out a lot of damage against the Timber without having to hit him as the Bristleback.
I need your expert opinion here to help out our prediction people at home on Dota TV. Who's the first hero to buy a Blink Dagger?
I think it's going to be Mickey, actually. I don't think that Cuckoo's going to get a Blink for a while.
Yeah, I know. That's the call. Is it the Sven or the Bat? It's a tough one. Oh, look at. Speaking of the beautiful pictures there, I'm just going to put Solo and Koikma next to them in my room. Some sick photos.
Nice. I like it a lot. Really cool. Little tips going back and forth there as both of these teams. I would say that probably Alliance is more well known for like getting amped up, as you can see, just screaming there. But there is something to be said for the Southeast Asian style, just wanting to get in there and break down your opponents mentally, as you can see with the constant Seb spam.
And Kuku's he's just here for the money, baby. Just here for the cash, all that matters.
I like it. All right, look at this Bristleback. 8 APM, Queen of Pain 10. Oh, man. Big moves. 11. Oh, settle down. Cuckoo, down bottom, stunned. He's cold feet. He's in some trouble. Looks like the Bat Rider is going to be First Blood drawn by the tree.
That's a First Blood hero right there. I like that's the boots. Oh, man, he even started the safe build, and he still gets First Blood. A lot of times you take the boots, and you're just like, oh, God, I hope I get First Blood. I really want a Stout shield. But he played it safe, started with the Stout, still gets it, and he's going to have boots really early on this game. And, well, he's already got a plan, as you can see. He's like, Tranquils, and as your lovely genius play-by-play caster Lyrical said, it's going to be a long game. So he's looking towards that Aghanims.
He knows what he wants to do.
And he's trying to get a courier right now, too. Or maybe he's trying to scout the lane swap, but I think he saw Bristle, actually, because it is daytime. So I think he just noticed where he was moving. But they should have figured that out anyway, because they have an Ogre in the lane, so they know when the core is coming down here.
That's right. And this does mean that they'll have a better laning setup, it looks like.
Oh, man, it's coming. Because you don't know where the Treant is. That's the thing here, right?
That's the danger. He's going to have to drop a tree, maybe. Drop a branch?
Yeah, he's got the branch.
Drop the branch, get the punch.
Easy. Look at this Treant player. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you do it. Great call there from our boy.
That's what you need to make happen. So all three of these lanes working out. Armel versus Koikva. The Queen of Pain. I want to see how many points he gets in the dagger.
He went back and ate it. I was scared he wasn't going to tango it in time, but he made that play too. That was literally the best possible Treant start. The guy got First Blood, he killed the courier, and he has the bonus tango regen gold. Get in there and start using that HP pool. Start punching. You're wasting it. Oh, they're cutting your trees, man. Get in there. Get your value while you can. Now, this is the big problem with Treant Protector. This is ridiculously effective against this hero. It's kind of depressing how effective it is.
Just cut down all of the trees.
It sounds so simple, but it ruins you for 5 entire minutes.
Yeah. Well, and that's why the tree respawn talent. I mean, it's less important in the mid-game and stuff because you can't spend all of that time cutting down trees. But
it's really good for defending and sieging high ground, though.
Chase down, punches here onto AU. Trying to walk away. The cold feet is going to proc, but they can't get into position to punish. And so Gabby, obviously safe lane player, but playing out of the off lane here. He's at least able to dodge away from the Timbersaw lane.
Yeah, and that means that TNZ have...
Look at that. Armel going to let the creep come to him so that way they can see that he got the regen.
Let him know.
Gabby slowed down. Gabby in some trouble. Gabby dies.
Yeah, AU was like, maybe if I stand here, they'll ignore him and try and kill me instead. But they still got time, buddy.
Well done. Get the root. AU trying to walk away does manage to back out.
Not even close.
Now Gabby wants to turn this one against Aiga, but I don't think he can find anything.
So TNC have forced the matchup that they want. Although they have lost, they've gotten the 2 kills going the way of Alliance. Getting this Bat Rider versus Timber is exactly what they needed here because Boxy just can't contest.
That was a nice idea from Tims, but it's just on the wrong side of it. But Cuckoo, Boxy. Nice. How bad is this matchup for the Timbersaw?
It's not that bad because he's just playing super far away and they don't have the rotations to deal with him.
Okay.
So what ends up happening at like level 5 and 6 and everything is that the Bat Rider can just skip lasso and then he can just start farming the hard camp as well as the lane, and then Timber's only going to get the lane. But at the same time, it's a Timber who's getting a lot more farm than you typically get. But this is what happens. There's like nothing you can do. Yeah, meanwhile, you're watching Gabby almost die, but yeah. Boxy just gets run into the base, kind of an inevitable death. And now Gabby, oh, that damage!
Oh, Insania makes it happen. Tim's threw out that arrow, got part of that kill as well, and Cuckoo now can just regen up and head back out afterwards.
And they even had AU come up top and take the lane during all that too. So it's not even like they lost anything.
No.
AU was just psyched.
This is going to be a good game. I'm excited. It feels very chaotic early on, but I think that, oh god, Boxy needs to make sure he doesn't go down here.
Nah, he's fine.
He draws the creep aggro.
It's a lot of creeps.
And the thing that's scary about this for TNC actually is that, yeah, they need to send the Ogre back up there to farm underneath the tower. Cuckoo building up the stacks, and it looks like they're able to intercept the pull as well. Boxy just needs to run away.
That was perfect.
That was perfect. You're right. As Koifa does survive, has a salve in the mid lane there, and you know, this isn't a pub, so Tiger's not going to punch him and kill him, because he definitely could. He will allow him to survive under his tower. And Boxy's just miserable.
God, this is really annoying. I mean, he is still getting... Oh, he ate the tree!
He's
What?
okay. He's okay. He should be fine.
What? I mean, Boxy did that himself. And Cuckoo's still chasing. He has Flame Break here. Ooh, that was really close. That was really, really
That was
close.
a super ambitious dive by Cuckoo. The odds of you, like, you just can't get that Timber.
I think that if you got the Flame Break, it might have been close to enough, but I don't think it would have been the kill. Gabby goes down again, and Insania able to pick up that kill.
Tims does make the recovery by getting both of the bounties during that, though.
Yeah.
Which is pretty important for them. Has a bottle, too, so nice. Uses the arrow, kills a large creep, and then takes his bounty room. Very smart.
Insania rotates in. Gonna try and cause some issues here for Cuckoo, who is forced back away. And they lost the 3 stacks of Sticky Napalm onto Boxy, so Cuckoo can no longer contest as easily.
See, this is why I've been asking all these questions of the pro players about the support Mirana, though, because this looks like the support Mirana's IC. Because he's currently 0-0-0, and his 7 last hits are arrowing neutrals. And I go, why do you pick this?
Oh, Armel.
Oh, sorry, he got a catapult. Sorry. Oh my.
Yeah.
That's a, my bad.
That's a solo
That's the
kill.
classic Sonic wave. I'll take the blame on that one. Sorry, Weapons. That's me getting everyone all amped up about flaming Mirana. Armel able to just pop the 6, take the kill.
In the meantime, Tim's is backing away. He's going to be okay. But yeah, so right now, 4-2, 1,000 gold lead into the favor of TNC. The thing about this game, though, is there's not a clear, like, if it goes late, this team just owns, at least in my opinion. I don't know if you feel differently. It's Gabby.
Oh, you almost got the body block.
Oh, they got to be careful, though. There's a Bristleback. And they clean it up.
Do they?
Well, you know, if you had a stick or something ready to go again at that point, that might be a triple kill. Or at least 2.
Up top, Cuckoo is down a level here because of how much AU's been sticking around, but Boxy does not have the damage to threat.
Flame Break, another round, stick, and Boxy living. Cuckoo need to run.
I'm really glad Taiga has not taken Live in Armor because it is pretty useless this laning stage. I like this build. This is the standard one. You start with 1 point in the guys, and then you go 2 Leech Seed, and then you go back to the guys in the Living Armor. You tend to just keep it at the 2 Leech Seed because of the scaling that it has, because it doubles damage from 1 to 2.
And now he's got his next item, like he said, queued up for a while at this point. It's the Aghanims, but he's finished everything else at this stage.
What a wild guy, man. He's committed.
Yeah.
He better not DB. I don't want to see some Meteor Hammer this game. Oh, there he goes. There's the Mirana again here, guys.
Oh no, run!
It's funny because I hear Tim's been absolutely destroying and like solo carrying games, and I'm just like, he's having such a terrible time here. But I'm just gonna take this as all the evidence I need for support Mirana.
You know, the thing though is that in spite of that, he is on equal farm with the Death Prophet. And I think part of that is just a testament to how much Armel is destroying him right here. Like, look at this guy go. Although he did blink into this one, he doesn't get the Cold Feet proc off of him, so Armel going to be caught.
Man,
and
look
in
at him
trouble.
go.
The Sonic Wave was off cooldown, but he did not have the mana. Oh, man. And that is a big turnaround.
All right, so as you said, they were even. And now DB gets a pretty jump up. Not that much gold, actually. Yeah, even with the kill.
I think it's just because he was trading with trading that gold.
Oh, there we go, though. Oh, that's real nice.
I like this team.
Boxy.
He was pumping for so long. And Boxy just pings him out and just like, yo, this guy. What is this guy doing?
I love that.
He's like,
That's
kill this
amazing.
ogre. I hate him.
He's having a good game. I like it. 2 points in Fire Blast, none in Ignite. Like, they've already got enough sort of DOT.
Oh, all right. Four-man gank.
That's what you get, my man. Don't Fire Blast creeps.
And they're going to hand it off to Mickey. They're trying to rush that Midas as fast as they can for their Sven player. And, well, Tim's, he's back at it again.
Yeah.
He's blocking the Ancients.
Mickey quietly has had an amazing game so far. 4K net worth, 1-0-3 on that Sven. As Koikva gonna square up here against Armel as they're thinking about making this rotation. Maybe force a movement from Koikva into an arrow afterwards, but right now, ooh,
Nowhere to run.
That's
He even
pretty
saw
good.
it coming.
Yeah, there's just no follow-up. Yeah, I thought maybe they would have like Ogre nearby, but no such luck. In the meantime, Bristleback trying to clear through some Ancients. See him getting somewhat low down here as Gabby wants to start to play a little bit of catch-up, but needs to be careful about stepping too far and getting caught by those Prowlers.
Ancients, no Vanguard is pretty spooky stuff.
AU back again up top. Cuckoo makes the rotation. Has to save his buddy, and then just going to use the lasso there to secure the kill.
Yeah, Taiga showed one. Ooh. Yeah, okay, they guarantee it with this entry. Taiga showed once on the tower, and then Cuckoo's just like, oh, okay, come in for the kill.
I mean, it's nice here for Gabby. He's actually catching up pretty well. But it is scary without that Vanguard like we're talking about. And Bounty Root's Boxy. Oh yeah, the Bristleback wasn't able to come in there. Armel steals the Bounty Root away from him.
The real depression is that he killed them like a second after the 10-minute mark, so he didn't get the next camp. But up top, Alliance committing here for the Exorcism and the tower, more than likely. And, well, another pick up on the AU while they're at it.
While Tim's.
Oh, they're bringing Armel too, though.
They've got a haster in on to Tim's. A chance for an arrow here if they want to hit it correctly. And, well, in fact, they will. And Sadie always switch over to the creeps, though. Now Armel shows up. Sonic Wave going to connect on a Quake, but they get that
was
kill.
free.
Good choke away. Cuckoo living. Boxy trying to run and run him down. It won't happen.
Yeah, 8-second CD, a bit too long for the revenge kill here for Boxy. Still not able to find his first one, but beautiful Sonic Wave there from Armel. He just like 1,500 damage early in the game. That's as much as the Bat Rider did after all that time, too. Meanwhile, Tim's leaping away here as Boxy's on the chase. 2 more seconds. He's actually holding one more lead. Oh,
the A blast! He got Cuckoo too! Is Cuckoo dead? I think he might be. He's burning down slowly, steadily. Needs to get below that 10% mark.
Oh, it got buffed. It's 10.
Oh!
Next tick.
That would have been it.
Tough stuff there.
Boxy only needed one spell on him and he couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
A little bit too slippery.
All right, so 10-5. Still a very back and forth game. Like, if it goes late enough, does Sven just become the ultimate carry in this game, or do you have to worry about like BKBs getting low with him? What are your thoughts there?
If it goes late enough, is this game in Alliance's favor? I think the eyes are massive. If Taiga actually commits to the Aghanims and does get it, that is pretty huge. Oh, Cuckoo gets the lasso up top, so they're just making this one really easy. But there's some terrifying stuff too. Like the Mirana is crazy late game. With the arrows, just like constantly spamming them out. Because you get the cooldown talent, and then you just get the triple arrow. And it's very hard to play Dota when the BKBs start wearing down. And Bristle becomes a whole different beast. You get the Fear talent on the Queen of Pain. I would say overall, though, the sustained damage looks much more reliable on the side of Alliance. So the further the game goes, and the more like people are just scaling and fights last longer, I'd probably rather be on the Alliance side, especially when you have like really good late game supports in the Treant and the AA.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say there's some pressure here onto TNC.
I guess it does change if like TNC is able to stay on equal farm, particularly like if Tim's ends up having a game. Like suddenly he's level 8 on this guy. How did that happen?
I don't know, he's just hitting neutrals. He's involved in fights, he's not dying. Well, actually, to get AA blast, I suppose. You know.
I mean,
it's doing his thing. It's just hanging
crazy.
out. I think he lived during the triple kill up top. Or the double kill, right? That's the main thing.
See if they decide to make a move with this Moonlight Shadow. You know that Mickey is just going to be farming off in the jungle, and that could be a good route to look for a kill. As Tim's lays down some deep vision, exactly in the area where you'd expect the Sven to be. And
stealing away some farm every now and then.
They still have a ways to go before they really want to make moves for TNC. The only time they want to do anything is with the blink on the lasso, I think. But he might go bots next. I'm not sure what Kuku's going to opt for.
Yeah.
And the reason is that Gabby just needs a lot, right? He's still just hanging out in the triangle. He's just trying to finish into his Vanguard after that hood. And he's not really ready to just be Bristleback yet, right?
Well, and it's a very strange hero for him. I think that like Bristleback safe lane definitely has value, but it's not the ones that we normally see Gabby on.
Oh, they're over to kill top here, starting out with the root.
Complete rise. Doesn't affect his enemy property that much because of the water going to drain away very easily anyway.
That's some value sentry right there, man. That thing only had like 20 seconds left.
Very important. He does
that one. Nikkei shows up, wants to find a kill, but Armel gets the blink away. So they'll have to use that one as a farming ulti.
Yes, Tim's is just chilling.
Yeah. Soak some experience up, make it happen.
He's got 4 points in the Starfall now, so if they want to go for the arrow play here and a Sonic Wave, there is a possibility on Koikva.
They're gonna drop down.
Oh, he's D-Warden right next to him.
That's crazy.
He's got him in the choke point.
And they're still blocking the Ancients. That's like another round of Ancients blocked.
Yeah,
super
really good
valid.
stuff there. Yeah, they're not going to get their time to D-Ward, yeah, as he said, so not going to be spawning there. Insania is on the way, but he's going to be too late. Oh, or is he? 5, 4, 3. Oh, he throws the ulti. Okay, he's busy.
Yeah, there's a battle brewing up top lane. As Kuku looking, the Ice Blast going to connect onto the Bat Rider as well as onto Armel. Be careful about this movement now. Rooted. Is Armel going to go down? He's taking DOT.
Yeah, he's only got the 2 points though, as expected, so he's fine.
Scurries way on back home. But you can see there in that last little graphic, the win probability about 65% into the favor of Alliance. Not anything to write home about necessarily, but something we should be keeping our eyes on in this game. It's, you know, each of these individual kills matter much less than sort of objectives taken, and so far it's just been a couple of tier 1 towers.
I almost always favor the team that doesn't feel pressured. Like that, you don't have to make moves. Having to make moves is very hard in Dota. It's tough to, like, getting the creeps in the right position and forcing movements out of your opponents is always just going to be a lot harder than just, like, playing a very straight game plan.
It looks like they have an idea that Mickey is here. Over to the side, he already threw out his stun too. Eul Scepter lift up into the arrow afterwards, but can they bring him down in time? It's really hard to get this kill. Sonic Wave, do they decide to throw it out? Mickey down low, but not quite dead. As of yet, he's getting away, but that's the jump forward. Armel also got the scream, and he will pay for his trouble. But they took down that Sven, and simultaneously, Gabby is pushing in the mid lane.
I mean, Koikva did get a 5x kill streak on that, though.
Yeah.
And he needed something, because this game has not been that incredible. He's lowest in terms of, like, those big cores, right? Like the mid and the safe lane.
Yeah.
That's going to help him recover a little bit there. But every time, I mean, that Sven's Midas also was ready, too, so that's some lost value there. Gabby, all right, he's feeling like a bristle now, though. He's got that Vanguard finished up.
Not afraid. Throwing out the goo. Chasing forward, Bloodlust as well. They've got Koikva, they've also found Tag in. The root is there.
He's
with
got
the Ice Blast coming in.
214
They're in
damage.
some trouble. Chase forward. Gabby's just dead. The power of the Ice Blast.
Okay. Oh. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
That's true.
But, you know, it's always fun.
It's hype.
Man, Gabby just not looking that tank. He was feeling like Bristleback, but I guess he wasn't the Bristleback quite yet there. A lot of damage from her Timbersaw.
I mean, I think that Whirling Death is just a huge part of it, right? Like, pure damage that also lowers your stats. Survivability.
They lost a lot of damage after the Ice Blast, too. 476.
Mickey down to about a third HP, but can they kill him off? Looks like the answer is going to be yes. Foxy not able to get in position quickly enough to help defend, and down bottom, Armel finds another kill. So TNC back on the board with another couple quick kills, and they simultaneously are getting close to finishing off that tier 1 tower in the mid lane, but both tier 1s very low. They need to finish it off though before Tagia is able to heal it back up again.
Yeah, that is a very good point, because constantly defending these towers and throwing your bodies is something you need. So Koikva will get there in time. As Tim's, he's trying to poke it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're committing.
That's good. Yeah, it's
what they need to do. Although
Oh,
Vox
they
is
got
here.
another round, though.
This is dangerous. This tower is so important
Hold
for them to
the
get.
line.
Can they do it? Foxy, they got the Lotus Armanta Taigale looking for that catch with the root. It's going to come down. They will not quite
Kill
find
it.
the tower. They eventually get the arrow connection onto the DP. It's huge if they can bring her down in time. Quakebud gets the overgrowth again, keeping them all alive.
Gabby's
They're
on it.
fully committing for this, but the tower's still living through it all.
It's alive.
They're actually keeping this tower alive. 3 dead
Oh
already.
my god.
And they don't bring it down.
It was so low. It was like one hit away so many times.
Dude, the power of the Treant Protector.
Wow. That is, this thing could be full HP by the next time they get here.
Yeah. They actually aren't going to be able to take it down that easily at all.
I've never seen a tower come that close to dying. Oh, here we go.
Just watch how low this HP gets. And again, they saw this kill potential onto Quakeba, and they go for the kill instead of the objective.
Oh, look at it. Look at it. So you can't even see it. It's
Oh
nothing.
my god.
Absolutely nothing.
And
Cuckoo's flying over. Tim's is right next to it. They're like, oh, hey, guys, I think he's healing it again.
We can get Quakeba,
Yeah.
but then...
Gabby comes back. Yeah.
Oh, and
I
Armel
can't
jumps in.
break it.
Everybody's going for those kills, and eyes on the prize. Alliance make the objective play. They keep it alive.
Oh, I hate so much about that.
In grand, okay, for the loadout is gradually deformed, gradually settled.
You just go back to that tower. There it is again.
Like
Why
you
is
have
that
too much
tower so
play
important? Put it
on
into
your side.
perspective for everybody. What is it about the mid
The
tower?
mid towers
How
are
to analyze
the best.
cost
They're
grand
your
soil.
BFFs, man. It helps you
Well,
protect.
you see
Roshan
methods.
helps you
See.
protect your
See the
jungle.
see.
We have a Sven on the
Used to
team who
have
if he
before
wants to
we moved
farm
the office,
ancients,
I
and those
used to
ancients
have
are
my office, I
already
don't know,
both
they
at tier
didn't
1.
bring me back.
So you have a tier
They have a
1
sieve this big, with all this sort of fabric in there, all different size. Okay. Week 8, we're going to go to our laboratory in Bondora campus. I'm going to have a look if they be able to set it up. Probably do a demo for you. And there is a shaker. This is the shake table. There is the machine drive, the motor drive, make it shake. Okay. And after a certain amount of time. So all the testing detail are defined under Australia standards. Okay. I don't remember the exact codes of practice. There is a specific codes of practice. Okay, you have to carry out design, use a specific type of sieve. You'll be able to determine the size distribution, and then you plot it on the particle size distribution curve. Now, this one percentage finer is exactly the same. If you read our system, our Australia system, it's called percentage passing each size of the sieve. Anyway, they're identical, just different terms. When you plot this has been a logarithm scale, okay? If you invented your own scale or plotted another way around, the shape wouldn't make any sense. So if you plot in accordance with the code of practice, then you will come to the this sort of typical distribution. You have a poorly graded, you have a gap graded, you have well graded. Okay, that's the purpose of the whole exercise. You try to study the amount of or percentage of each size distribution across the range. You will determine how much passing a certain size. You'll be able to select the material for your own engineering purpose. Generally, we would wish to work with a well-graded material. The reason is good for compaction. In other words, well-graded material is shown in the first slides, one of the Colourgenta desalination plant, and we actually we purchased this fuel from quarry side. It has to be suitable for the site, okay? So how do you decide it? We would plot it. There is a last slide on this specific project. We'll show you the real plot. Then we decide, okay, this is acceptable. Let's pay for it. Let's get it. Let's place the order. And then we compact it. Even after that, after compaction, we still do the site in situ test, okay, in situ density test to ensure the density can be achieved to the specification. Okay, now here is how we do it exactly. If you cut a slice through there, you possibly have the inside. The material, first you put it all in there and you start shaking, shake it, and eventually you're going to count each of the mass that's end up the finest passing this 75 micron sort of size end up in a pan. Okay, this regarding the fine grain soil, you can do a plasticity test or any Attenborough limit on this material. But for all these, you don't do any water content because this is all coarse material, coarse grain material. You plot them up on the particle size distribution. Okay. Here's how we process them. Okay. Percentage returned, percentage passing. I think we have a couple of exercises. It's interpretation of laboratory particle size distribution chart. We have a tutorial time. We have a real case for you guys to tackle. Okay. Here are the results. I'm not going through this detail. Here are the results. There are many methods define whether it's well-graded mathematical methods, but in practice they are not very useful. I'll explain why. But anyway, you plot them. Okay. The shape will tell you the story. If you have a distribution like this, you have single grade. If you have a distribution like this, that's what gap graded. Okay, you have nothing in the middle. You have a big, quite percentage, a small one, quite big, just like boulder mixed with sand. Okay, it's no good, nothing between. Fine grain soil. Let's talk about fine grain soil. Now, fine grain soil means the material that end up here. They are fine material anyway. Okay, so water content are very important. How do we test in laboratory? Fine grain soil depends on water content. It may appear in one of the 4 states. Solids, if it's completely dry, it's solids. Semi-solids, plastic, and liquid. Okay, depends on water. In each of the state, the consistency and behavior of soil is different. So its engineering property. The boundary between each state can be defined by shrinkage limit, plastic limit, and liquid limit. I think.
He can just run so fast, just literally run over you.
Man, sometimes you just gotta run at people, get those kills.
I can't believe that was a fight without ulti too.
Yeah, right.
Like now they can actually just smoke and go again, which I think is what they're doing. Because they have the Sonic Wave, you just want to instantly fight the side of Alliance.
10 seconds until Moonlight Shadow. They're getting ready to go here.
Yeah.
It looks like they'll also get the D ward there since the camp was blocked. Do they decide to run it up? I mean, the scary part is that
this means better explain the idea. Now, if you have a completely dry clay, it's a very hard material. Okay. Very brutal. If it's a fail, just a crumble. Now you add a little bit of water into it, try to mix it. It turns into semi-solids. Okay. Now that's the methods when you determine the plastic limit in the laboratory. Roll it. Okay. We're gonna.
Forward, but will get killed as well.
Yeah, that BKB was just like, I want to guarantee this. It's right next to the pit. Let's get the Aegis.
Yep. They have buyback on Bristleback if they want to use it. Up and down the Sentry Ward. Arrow goes out. Gonna land
I don't
now.
think they can do this without Moonlight Shadow. I think
Death Prophet.
they should get this first.
Cuckoo, they're going crazy. They've got the leap in. They buy back on the Bristleback. They want to come and contest this one.
I don't like this.
This is really scary. And Cuckoo is just going to drop. 65 seconds gone, but look at Roche. He's super low. And actually, they don't have Exorcism. Exorcism wears off.
Maybe that's enough. Okay.
It's so low, though. They've got Aghanim still. Yeah, Quakevo walking in. He realizes we can't
They
just
have
leave
living
this.
armor.
Arrow, it's going to connect. They realize what's happening here. This is super deadly.
Man, if Bat had buyback.
God, Gabby is here as well. They're going to battle for the Roche Pit. Honestly, Alliance, they're going to jump forward, find that stun. Can they kill him off in time? Yes. Queen of Pain dead for 75. This is a huge moment here for Alliance. If they can find a couple more kills, they want to finish off Roche while the Boxy Timbersaw is able to create enough space off to the side. Lotus Orb going to be able to keep Boxy Timber alive. And it looks like that's going to be the end of it. As AU gets taken down, do they have any extra way to steal the Roche? No. As AU, the Ogre, will eventually be killed. And back and forth the game goes. The crazy way that these two teams play Dota.
It's frustrating that you don't have buyback there in that situation. It was on the bristle, but you shouldn't let it go.
Yeah.
I think that was a mistake from TNC to try and make that happen.
You mean no buyback? Oh yeah, the second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, then Bristle died, and then obviously they forced the buyback, right?
Yeah.
And then not a fan. But they did drive them out. But then now your Queen of Pain dies, and she doesn't have buyback. It's like oof. Painful stuff. Now you've just given a pretty big lead over to Alliance now, like 2K after they were down like 4K or something. Right before that, yeah, 5 PvPs.
Experience also 10,000 roughly. The swing back is super pronounced, and Alliance now sitting just at about a 70% win rate potential. Force staff, double of it. Mirana will
Very
be able to
valuable
dodge away.
this game.
They bought a gem on the Mirana, and I think that is it on the courier? Where did they put the gem?
Probably on the courier for Bat. Yeah. Just got it delivered.
But they also have a Coiling Blade, so they're ready to start the deforestation process.
Who has one? Bristle just Ogre?
Forward. They find themselves poor old Sven. That is Aegis down. So big pickup there. They don't want to stick around too much longer. Arrow good BKB timing. Gabby Force Staff keeping him alive. Boxy chase forward. Yule Scepter. AU drops again. They have the debuff onto Gabby, but it looks like he might be able to walk away from that one. So Glyph used. They won't hit the tier 2 tower that easily, since Bristle will be able to run back in afterwards.
What really matters is the fight after this.
Chase. Now Yule Scepter lift up. Buyback coming from the Ogre. Gabby, he's in the middle of all of them. He's got to be careful.
I think TNC just need to take this kill if you can get it, but then you want to fight right now while Exorcism is down and the ultis, the Warcry, the Godstring is down from the Sven. Yeah. Because you still, again, have Sonic Wave. I think you have the BKB, you just go fight right now, punish these cooldowns that Alliance have to wait for. And yeah, you lost your tier 2, but you got the Aegis, which is excellent. And you were going to lose that tier 2 anyway. It was really hard defense there. Trading it for the Aegis, I think, is actually in favor of TNC as long as they can find something here.
Yeah.
They try an arrow play to see if there's someone camping the bounty rune.
Looks like they won't be able to find him. Cuckoo looking for Boxy. Spots him out. Blink forward.
Yeah, I'm just going to let him go. He just wanted to guarantee the bounty.
Yep. But you can see the gem deforestation play. They kept the Bat Rider around with the Ogre, so that way they could just Quelling Blade the trees. But this Eyes in the Forest is going to be a continual issue as this game goes later and later.
Yeah, if they can get that gem back, that would be so bad. They need to make sure they don't lose that for TNC.
So 30 minutes in, it's only a 2,000 gold lead. It's been a very back and forth game. Is there one side that you feel like you'd be favoring a little bit more if you were just playing this game, like a side that's maybe easier to execute, or do you think it's relatively even?
Definitely Radiant at this point.
Okay.
I think we've reached that point in the game where TNC do not have enough of a lead where I feel very good about this match.
Okay.
Queen of Pain can make those plays. Again, when we talk about like when she gets to level 25, the fear is pretty crazy. And the lasso, of course, is always going to be a big X factor if you can get those grabs. But I think that the execution looks pretty good. I think they have really good ways to start fights between the Treant, especially if he gets a Blink Dagger, which he does have queued up next. Between him and the Sven, I think it looks like some pretty high likelihood of success here for Alliance.
Scepter lift up, but the rest of them are right behind. Arrow lands onto Koikoi, tried to dodge away from it, couldn't get it. Port Staff trying to keep his buddy alive, throwing back the other direction, but the long duration stun now onto the Sven. Nikkei trying to find a target, he lands onto AU, the constant death that comes from the TNC Ogre.
Yeah, he's just useless at this point.
And now they find themselves the Mirana. Tim's trying to leap away, but the stun is there. And Alliance say no. They're going to buy back now on the Mirana, and actually they've got a hold of Nikkei.
Nice grab by Kubu.
Kubu making the plays for his teams. TP's out. Do they have any way to break it? No! Nikkei just TP's away. They didn't have anything left in the tank.
Jeez. He did the math. He was
Boxy
like...
doing the same thing again. Alliance just leave. They don't have any way to break it.
Oh my god, because he just Yules too. Oh, that was pretty nuts. What a TP, man. Like, there was a lot of things to cancel. Because you still have the Yules on the Queen of Pain, but it was on cooldown. Obviously, he just used the lasso, too. I mean, you have this Mirana, and the arrow was on cooldown. So, really solid stuff there from Nikkei. Just getting away from Armel down there. Yeah. Oh, the Ice Blast. Yeah, Armel. Not quite a big enough brain there. I think even if he hit... I mean, she could just be AB'd if she was in any fear of dying, too, I suppose.
Dota Plus reflecting what you're talking about. 73%.
In a second, you add a little bit of water into this state of clay, and the material turn into plastic, just like a dough can sort of mold it to any shape you wish without cracking. Okay, it's in the plastic range. Now we're adding a little bit more water, then the material lost its ability to hold.
Oh, here comes
its shape. Too much water become viscous fluid. Okay, so each of the boundary define the boundary